Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Fearless Floyd Show. As always, I am your host, Fearless Floyd. Apparently, my backdrop is moved. That's straightened it up some. I'm not even going to mess with it today. Today, Halloween 2024. We actually made it, crazily enough, without some civil unrest across the country. But you know how that looks. So I just got off the phone with Jeff Rom. I'll address that in a minute here. So as we know, today is Thursday, October 31st, 2024. Another pagan satanic ritual holiday that everybody seems to want to dress up in their costumes and go run around and have fun. So is what it is. I don't celebrate holidays. I don't do holidays. The only reason I even acknowledge a holiday is because most of the world acknowledges them, and they have something that they do during holidays, like they got the Black Friday sale and stuff like that. So I'm having a Halloween blowout. You haven't gone to the website yet? Let me go pull it up somewhere so you guys can see it. And I apologize. When I tell you guys I answer the phone, I do answer the phone. And I get tied up on the phone and can't get off. So sometimes it's difficult for me to set stuff up for that reason. All right, this is the Halloween special, 50% off on specific packages. And then I have a standalone Halloween special. So all you have to do is go to my website, go to the store, the link's right here, fearlessfloydshow.com/store. This is a 24-hour sale. It began actually 10 p.m. last night. I started it 2 hours early. Nobody noticed. Imagine that. So anyway, this runs till midnight tonight. If you've been wanting a book or a class, trust class, or even if there's something that you want one-off, let me know. And we'll get that for you. Let me go over here into the comments real quick before I get on. And I'm going to address the whole Jeff Rom issue. Okay. Because apparently my audience did not hear specifically what I said regarding Jeff and Jeff's information. So I'm going to reiterate it today because Jeff just called me all concerned and upset about people pretty much beating him up and telling him, his reputation's sullied and all that stuff. Well, Jeff and I had we probably talked hour last night, if not longer. I'll even look to verify. That was the second call. Yeah, we talked for a while last night, and we got everything figured out. So anyway, let me go over here. I'll get back to that. That's not going nowhere. Hello, Linda. I'm going to try to bring you guys some light, as much as I can. Hey, Bear, welcome to the show. Elizabeth, my friend from Hawaii. Are you on the island of Kauai? If you are, that's where one of my buddies, two of them from way back in the day, they flew to Hawaii and surfed for, I don't know, a year or whatever. And on their way back, they just hitched a ride on a sailboat and with the owner. The owner got sick, and I guess he got seasick or something halfway through the journey. So these two surfers took over the boat they've never sailed a boat in their life. So they ended up in, I think, I want to say like Canada or Washington State or way up the coast. They were just shooting for the United States, but they got close. And that was their adventure. They brought back a bunch of homegrown that one of them had grown. They had learned how to grow weed on a banana tree plantation. That was pretty interesting. Johnny Bravo 71, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Pat Karen, always a pleasure to see you. Yes, Northwest Treasure Seeker. Good morning. Nancy, hello. Good to see you. Miss One Drop, Shambam. Hello, Jacqueline Ann. Hey, Matt, you're in my queue, bro, right here to get the videos on. It's a time thing, so hang with me. Yes, almost every holiday is a pagan holiday. Hi, Nancy. What kind of classes do I have? I have I have a bunch of classes. Revocable living trust, irrevocable living trust, foreign trust, all about deeds, mortgages and foreclosures, private membership association, VCR, which stands for voucher coupon remittance. That's a discharge or bills class. All those were facilitated by Ann LaFleur. Those are her classes, her curriculum. All I do is facilitate them. I have a series of 5 P.O. Box classes presented by Minister Jesse Henley. That process is to reclaim your estate back from the state, appoint the postmaster at your local post office where you have a USPS P.O. box to turn the postmaster into your fiduciary. And it's not very complicated to do, but to explain it, it's kind of complicated for the lay person who really doesn't comprehend or know the proper definitions to words and phrases that would be used. Once you get in that, it becomes second nature. When you hear it, you don't even have to think about it. You already know what it means. It's just like legalese. You know, legalese has a completely separate definition from Webster's dictionary. Hey, Matt. All right, I got you. Hello, Mr. Furley. Roy, how you doing? Elvis is in the building, folks. Zach Nace. What happened to the EBS? I'm going to address all that, Zach. Bink. That's fraud 26, favorite place. I guess you're talking about Frank. Ken Earl. Betty, how you doing? Hey, Michael. Thank you for coming over. R.W. Detmar. It's not me who can't keep a secret. It's the people I tell that can't, right? I get that. Ellen Hickey, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Synarctic, how you doing? Mary, good morning. All right. So my morning pretty much been tied up on the phone, which I tried not to do because if I'm doing a noon show, it eats up my time, and before I know it, I'm looking down and it's 11:30. Oh, I haven't even taken a shower, still kind of a little bit, asleep. Haven't had as enough coffee as I should have. So that's usually what I do. So, I tell people call, 9 o'clock's when I open up to phone calls and whatever. Don't call me right at 9 o'clock. Give me some time to at least sit down and get what's going on. Hi, puppy. You gonna sit over here and pester me while I'm doing my show? I know it's all wet and rainy outside, so you can't go outside and play, huh? Stuck in the house with me. Poor girl. Anyway, back to the show. Hey, Racer, how you doing? Thank you for being here. So let's address the whole Jeff Rom issue. I'm going to start off like this. I have guests on my show who talk about a variety of topics. Because I have them on here and I listen to them, I may not agree with everything that they say, even though they claim it to be fact. You know, unless the only thing that matters to me is the record. And I'll give you a great example. Most of you will know who Christopher Allen Hauser is, Chris Hauser. Some of you may not. You may know who the hell's Chris Hauser. Well, let me give you that little story real quick. Chris Hauser busted on the scene back in, I think, October 2021 with a YouTube video. It was going into court. Sovereign beats the court system. And then a couple of videos later, he got on there with the whole 1099A process and showed a coupon voucher of a 1099A with $4 million on it. And he said that's how much he was worth. He also said you could use that same process to go purchase vehicles. So about a month later, in November, he created a Telegram channel. He posted a list of all these dealerships nationwide that you could go talk to and you could get a car with a 1099A. So guess what happened? That Telegram room blew the fuck up. And what did everybody do? Everybody went to all those dealerships that were listed or called those dealerships and tried to use a inept process to purchase a vehicle. There was this one woman posted multiple videos of her going to dealership after dealership after dealership after dealership every day. Okay. And she's not trying to get, just an average car. No. If they've got 3 Bentleys, a Rolls Royce, and a Ferrari, she wants all 5 of those. And she doesn't even know how to do the process. This is what Chris Hauser did. It was all a big lie. He was looking for crash test dummies. I've exposed Chris Hauser multiple times. He's gotten on his platforms and his videos, and he said, yes, I'm challenging jurisdiction for my convictions for filing fraudulent liens, UCC1 financing statements against his now former wife, her attorney, the judge, everybody. Him and this little cabal of self-claimed sovereign citizens, okay, that they were filing liens against everybody from the top law enforcement officials, attorney general, governor, judges, sheriffs, police officers, police chiefs, attorneys, judges. I mean, prosecutors. It was so many defendants that they capped it, because if they would have brought all the defendants to court to testify during the trial, it would have bankrupted the state of Tennessee from having people actually being able to work during the trial, because they would have all had to been there to testify. So they capped it at just, a couple dozen people. So anyway, he got tried, convicted, got sentenced to prison in Tennessee. He got out on parole in April or March of that year, and then created his YouTube channel, produced his first video in October, Telegram in November. So I'm following this. I call Chris Hauser. I talk to him on the phone, vet. Okay, yeah, the dude's definitely been to prison. Tell by how he talks. So felt him out. I'm like, yeah, okay, we'll see how this thing works out. So Chris professed that in 45 days, you would have an answer or results for your 1099A filing. So what did I do? I went and did my own fucking research. That's what I did. And what did that look like, Floyd? Well, I went back and I read every fucking post from the day I decided to do it all the way back to the inception of the Telegram room. Every post. What was I looking for? I'm looking for somebody that posted And then 45 says, oh, okay, I did this with ABC dealership for a 2020 Ford F-150. Okay, well, 45 days later, we should see some success, right? Right? Well, there's 45 days, there's 90 days, there's 120 days, there's 150 days. So then every day I started posting the day from the origin of that telegram room. So if I'm up to like 197, I'm on the 197th day without one person having a success. That's what I did. That's how you research. Okay. So there was one girl who did claim that she got a truck. And when I hit her up about it, my posts would disappear. Eventually, I got kicked out of the room. So Chris did his video, blew up, blah, 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 blah. But his case was on appeal in Tennessee, pending in the Tennessee Court of Criminal Appeals. Well, I know he's a fraud, okay? And I know everything that he's putting out there is bullshit. But guess what? Nobody's listening to Fearless Floyd. They're all doing the 1099As left and fucking right. Well, I already went through the 1099A process a year before that via Emma G. Mueller and Bill Pittman. So I already been to that rodeo. And even prior to that, when I was in prison, I have literally, they're still on my computer. I think I probably go find them, pull them up. But there, I want to say 2004 1099 OID forms from the original 1099 OID process, in which, if you're familiar with Heather Tucci and her little shenanigans that they pulled off, that's the process that they use to get, 6, 7, 8-figure checks from the Treasury. It's not hard to do. It's real easy. They'll send you a check. They're probably going to want it back. And if you ain't got it, ooh, they're going to go get a pound of flesh or 2 or 20. So Chris is appealing his case. Whole time he's yelling, jurisdiction. We're challenging jurisdiction. So I had to do my own research. So what did I do? I went and read every fucking thing in the public record about his case. I watched the complete proceedings live on YouTube, the Tennessee Court of Criminal Appeals, with his court-appointed public defender. Hold on. Didn't you say you were worth $4 million? And you got a public defender? Huh. All right. Okay, Chris. So if you go watch that video on YouTube, nobody in the court, nobody in the video ever fucking once mentions jurisdiction. Not fucking once. So, of course, the appeal was affirmed. So Chris appealed it to the Tennessee Supreme Court. And I was like, oh, they are going to so roast this motherfucker. They are going to make an example of this punk. And they waited over a year to issue their opinion on a slam dunk case. And again, representing Christopher Allen Hauser was his court-appointed public defender. And again, in the entire proceeding, none of the panel of justices, the state's attorney, Chris's attorney, or his co-defendant's attorney ever once mentioned jurisdiction. Absolutely. So I had somebody hit me up privately in Telegram and tell me that Chris's whole case is a charade, that he's a fucking governmental agent. Okay, he may be a governmental agent. But that case is rock fucking solid. Rock fucking solid. How do I know Chris Hauser is a sovereign citizen? Because I went and read the record. And this is what those dumb motherfuckers did, okay? And I use vulgarity to exemplify the statement so it freaking sinks in that these are things you shouldn't do. Okay, and I'm going to get into a whole nother thing here, another rant. And this all goes back to Jeff Rom. Okay, so don't lose your place in line. So this whole deal with Chris Hauser, these dumbasses, this happened in Knoxville, Tennessee. The name of their little group was the Knoxville Patriots. They were a sovereign citizen group. Well, right before trial, I think a month before trial, there was some kind of event with some sovereign citizens in Tennessee, Knoxville, somewhere. I don't remember off the top of my head exactly where. But anyway, the event was so notorious that Chris, okay, got some ideation that he should claim to be a sovereign citizen and file for a motion to change venue out of that county to another county in Tennessee due to the media exploitation that may inflame the minds of the jurors. So their whole premise for filing the motion for change of venue is and was that they were sovereign citizens. And due to the sovereign citizen activities over here in the media, they couldn't get a fair trial in the county that they were in. They needed to go somewhere else and get a fair trial because they were sovereign citizens. Abso-fucking-lutely. That's how you go research. That's how you do your homework. That's how you go expose people. All right. Now, we all have our sources for information. Some of us aren't privy or have knowledge to go be able to do what I do, unfortunately. So you guys trust me that I'm going to go do my motherfucking homework. And when I bring it to you, it's rock fucking solid. And if it's not, I'm going to be the first to stand up and say, hey, guess what, guys? I made a fucking mistake. I screwed up. I apologize. This is what it is. And I will tell you, abso-fucking-lutely. So don't for 1 minute doubt that that's not what's going to happen. Now, I'm going to tell you guys exactly what Jeff and I talked about before he came on my show, okay? Because this really pisses me off that you guys would go beat him up and then accuse me of not believing what Jeff said, or that Jeff's not reliable, or he's not honest, or there's something besmirching his character, and that's not it at all. Jeff and I are friends. We're associates. He's a guest on my show. I'm honored to have him. I love listening to Jeff. He's so smart. You really haven't even heard, the best of him yet, because you're hanging on the RV news, and I get it. We all want to get out of the fucking rut because we're all in a rut, all of us. If you're a multimillionaire, yeah, you're probably not noticing you're in a rut. But for all of us that, we probably couldn't make it 2 months without any income. We'd be destitute, homeless, out on the street, lost our car, lost everything. So those, I empathize with you. So Jeff's and I, our discussion prior to him coming on the show last week and telling you guys what he was telling you, we discussed it. He told it all to me, and I was like, Jeff, listen, I've heard all this before. They've heard all this before. are you sure you really want to go through with this and tell him this? And he said, yes. I said, all right, man. That's on you. Okay. I don't believe it, Jeff. I've heard it too many freaking times. Go buy more food. Go fill up your fucking car. There's going to be martial law. We're going to get locked down. You're going to see military vehicles, military personnel everywhere. I've never seen that. I just have no proof of it. I hear a whole bunch of bullshit. Okay. Do y'all want me to sit here and tell you every fucking thing I hear? Then my credibility would be a little bit beat up, because I'm going to tell you what I know is truth. Now, if it's a rumor, I'm going to tell you up front, hey, this is a rumor. This is what I heard. Take it with a grain of salt. Just like when I do a review and I go over to Wikipedia, look at their information, I always vet that. This is from Wikipedia. Take it with a grain of salt, right? And that's with everybody. That's with all my guests. Just because I do not believe their information doesn't make Jeff unreliable, untrustworthy, dishonorable, unclean hands, bad faith character. No, not at all. Because all the information that Jeff got was from reliable sources who all swore up and down, this is happening, Jeff. Are you sure? Yes, this is happening. This is going to happen. And they, okay, his sources, and he's going to come on tonight and talk about this. His sources were just dumbfounded that it didn't, and don't know why. Because when I talked to him last night, we discussed this. And I was like, well, what's the deal? I didn't ask you who your sources were before or after the show, or even during, but I'm asking you now, what's up with them? Why did they tell you to say that? Who all told you to say? And, it wasn't from 1, 2, or 3 sources. It was from more than that. And this goes all across the spectrum, folks. So all he was doing is relaying information that he obtained from apparently always rock solid sources who pass it on to him. He shared it with us. Now, I did provide a caveat after the show when I said, hey, I'm not telling you that that's not all true. It could be true, but you should be prepared anyway. Right? Isn't that what I said? Absolutely. That's what I said. Don't make me go back and play the video. Everybody should always be prepared at all fucking times. Why do you think I always want to go to the gym? Why do you think I'm depressed when I can't go to the gym? Because if I'm not in the gym, that means there's something wrong with me. Something's disabling me from going to the gym to be a productive person, to make myself better, where I'm always in top condition, top shape. If I need to throw on a backpack and hook ass on foot, that I have the stamina, the cardio to do that. That's how I look at it. I want to be prepared for anything and everything at all times. That's me. You can live your life however you want. I'm not telling you to live your life anyway. I always tell you guys, you have free will. You can choose to do anything that you want. You don't have to listen to me. You don't even have to watch me. You don't even have to like this video. You can give me a thumbs down, and guess what? It's not going to affect the rest of my day at all. Period. I'm going to go live my life, do what the fuck I do every day. And I don't care what people think about me. I really don't. It doesn't affect me. Y'all don't get it. Okay. I don't care if you come watch my show. I really don't. I'm going to do this every fucking day, day after day. If I have time, sit here, do a video, I'm going to do a video. If I have somebody who wants to come on and, express their point of view or their calamity or their happiness and joy, boom, I'm going to bring them on, share it with you. End of fucking story. So all of you who've, created Okay, because y'all guys created this. I didn't create this. Me and Jeff are cool. There's actually negative animosity between me and Jeff. The only thing's coming up now is he's getting beat up. Jeff does not come over to YouTube or Rumble or Facebook and read the comments you guys put in below after he does his show. He just doesn't do that. He ignores it. So you guys go find him and then go beat him up. He's getting phone calls. I'm like, really? I mean, I've gotten a little bit, but not enough to pick up a phone and call you and go, hey, dude, we need to do a show today, man. These people have just lost their goddamn minds. So every guest I have on here, okay, just like Chief, I reached back out to Chief's wife a couple of days ago. Why? Because I wanted to find out if I could practice law for my tribe, the Muskogee Creek Nation in Okmulgee, Oklahoma. So I'm what? These motherfuckers sold out to the bar too? A sovereign tribe? Yeah. Yeah, the tribes have sold out to the bar. Everything's run bar. It's the same bullshit. Same bullshit we're going through. Tribes are no different. You would think they would be sovereign, have their own autonomy, and be able to handle their own affairs, but no. I am just so disappointed in my tribe, the Muskogee Creek Nation. I think that the current chief, David Hill, sorry, David, you're a piece of shit, bro. You're not looking out for the betterment of the tribe, the nation. You've incorporated the tribe. Yeah, that's what they've done. Just like they've done over here with, what were once our republics. They've turned them into fucking for-profit corporations. Absolutely. And the Indians, okay, thanks for all that money. So yeah, I'm disappointed, highly disappointed. But back to Jeff. So all Jeff is a messenger, folks. It's not like he just sat here one day and went, oh my God, the reptilians are fixing to come up out of the grounds and shit. Who can fight those guys? Oh, the military. And then he calls me and goes, hey, Floyd, man, I've got to say this to everybody. No, that's not how that went down at all. So for those of you who are over there beating up Jeff or don't want to listen to the show anymore or don't want to listen to Jeff anymore, hey, that's your choice. And if you want to express it to myself or Jeff or to the audience, knock yourself out. Don't bully or harass anyone, then we're all good. Because you have the right to your own opinion. You have the right to what? Free speech. And I'm not going to thwart that in any manner, period. Unless you're just an absolute total fucking moron, you can say pretty much anything you want, any one of my social media platforms. When I tell everybody you come over to Telegram, welcome to the Wild Wild West. Okay? I'm the judge, the jury, and the executioner. And if you're a real moron or you start beating up on people or want to come over and beat up on me and my channel, you're fucking out of there. I'll let you criticize me, but you're not going to besmirch my character. You're not going to question my motives. Like I said, you can go watch anything you want. There's, probably a couple 100,000 selections for you to go watch. And you want to pick on me and come watch my shit and troll me? Is your life really that bad? Probably want to rethink that. Go look in a mirror and acknowledge your true, real priorities and your must-haves and go deal with those. And quit trying to play with people on social media. That's ridiculous. So when I do my investigations, I go deep, real deep. I have to go as deep as I fucking can. And I've been called out. Oh, because I do read the comments in YouTube and I try to reply to most of them. Sometimes I just don't have time, or I'll read it and I just forget to go back and respond to it. I was looking at it in my car or something like that, or I'm sorry, on my phone. About the whole who's who with the Rodriguez estate. Is Jeff Rom the asset manager? Is Elizabeth Santiago Rodriguez, Marcos Ruiz? I guess it would be. Okay. As you see, I'm dealing with a female. So I've got multiple names. I've got maiden names. I've got parents' names, etc., etc. I'm dealing with documents from the Philippines. Some of them are more than 70, 80 years old. They're not professionally scanned instruments. So I'm having a lot of, I'm not going to say adversity, but little issues that I need to overcome to be able to present you guys with anything, to tell you anything. To give you an update, I've sent her all my questions. I've taken the documents. I've highlighted the portions that I need more information on, or it's some word written in cursive that I can't make out. I don't know what the hell it says. And I said, can you tell me what this word says? Okay. Or I have a discrepancy over here. It says this, but I know for a fact that that's incorrect. So can you clear that up for me? And if you can't, then we got a real problem. That's where I'm at. Okay. I'm right there walking that fine line on the fence, and it's going to go one way or the other. Her answers to my questions, which I submitted to her probably 3 or 4 days ago in Telegram, I have not gotten a reply yet. I know she's looked at them because she sent me other things after that, after my posts. I can't force people to do things. I hit her up again last night. Hey, will you please address the questions that I had in the documents above? And I'm still waiting for that reply. As of this morning, before I did this show, I got nothing back yet. So don't for a minute think I'm just resting on my laurels, sitting back, doing nothing. I'm working very hard behind the scenes on a lot of projects. Anna Von Wrights and her fake ass scam bank. Absolutely. I told you guys the other day, I am talking to an agency that's going to handle up. So, Anna Von Wrights, who professes to be the fiduciary for the United States of America. Well, if you're the fiduciary for the United States of America, where would you put all your money? The United States of America, right? No, folks. Her scam ass, money laundering, fake ass bank is not in the United States. It is not even in Houston, Texas. Definitely not in Alaska. It's not even in fucking North America. Not Central. It's overseas, folks. Why would the fiduciary for the United States of America have funds outside the United States of America if they're the fiduciary? And that's what I'm digging into. And that takes time, a lot of it. And I'm there. I'm all over it. Why? Why, Floyd? Why are you even doing that? I don't have to do it. Am I doing it for likes, subscribers, and shares and comments and, popularity? No. I'm doing it because I know what it is to scam people, and I know what it is to be scammed by people. And for some reason, okay, you guys thank God. I thank him all the time. Or it, whatever. If I was a liberal, it'd be a them, a they. But somewhere between January and April 15th, 2016, something in me clicked. Something said, guess what? Floyd, okay, you're finally out of prison, bro. You're going to walk out that door free man after 14 years and 2 months behind bars. How you going to act? Because when I went to prison, the smartest phone in the world was a Nextel walkie-talkie telephone. That was the smartest phone in the world. When I got out in 2016, somebody handed me a smartphone. I said, okay, how do you operate it? Well, who you need to call? Here's the number right here. Hands me the phone. Hey, baby, I'm out of prison. Yeah. I'm at the bus station, Greyhound, downtown. You want to come down here and meet me? Pick me up, take me to Cheyenne Center so I can take the bus? Cool. All right. I'm going to go in there and grab a burger. I'll waiting on you. So I sat there and waited on my now ex-wife to come pick me up. She never made it. So I had to go back to Cheyenne Center. But most of you have heard the name Scotty Tarvin, and some of you have questioned, where did you get the name Scotty? Who's Scotty Tarvin? Scotty Tarvin is one of the most insane, craziest, idiotic, moronic people I know. I'm terrified of him. And he's trapped inside my body, and I have to keep him contained there because he's a buck wild motherfucker. He has no boundaries. He has no limits. He's not scared of going to prison. He's not scared of guns, bullets, knives, fists. That motherfucker is crazy. That's who Scotty Tarvin is. So as I got out, I'm trying to transform into this whole new life, a smartphone that I don't even know how to operate it. I don't even know how to turn it on. My phone call with my wife got disconnected, and I'm hiding in the freaking bathroom. They're all outside in the hall. I'm out in the foyer, holding jiggers for me. That means looking out. That's a prison slang term. Jiggers, not niggers, jiggers. I'm holding jiggers. So phone call drops. And I just paid for 5 minutes on the phone. And I don't have any money. Okay. I got a lousy $100 on my debit card. And I had cash. So I gave the dude $5 cash. So then I was down to $45 to my name. So I had to go outside. Hey, bro, man, I got disconnected. How do you turn this thing on? That's the technological learning curve that I had to overcome. So during that time, because I knew who I used to be, and I knew I couldn't go back out on the streets being that same person, that I had to change my behavior. I had to be somebody completely different. I live a very sedate, boring life. I rarely go out. It is my opinion that anything after 10 o'clock here in Houston, ain't nothing good happening. It's a dangerous time to be out and about, period, in the story. That's my opinion. So as I was going through my in-prison therapeutic treatment program at the Havens unit in Brownwood, Texas, with the Gateway program, that I did everything I could not to pay attention to, not to participate in, to rebel. Something sunk in somehow, some way, because I didn't read a book, didn't read any of their literature. I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to get the fuck out. I've read so much shit in the past, 14 years. By then, I was done reading, countless law cases, countless novels, countless books, countless magazines, newspapers, you name it. So in this evolution from me going through the in-prison therapeutic treatment program and my outpatient therapeutic treatment program at the Cheyenne Center for 90 days after I was released, I just knew I couldn't be Scotty Tarvin anymore, regardless. Didn't know who I was going to be or what I wanted to be. I was trying to acclimate back into a world that I didn't recognize, didn't understand. People had changed. People that I thought were my friends, now they have a different agenda or motive. They weren't the same person that I knew 20, 30 years ago. Sometimes I got fucked over. Had to learn the hard way. Didn't know anything about Facebook, social media, dove right into that. Ooh, boy, I got stung on Facebook a bunch of times. That's why if you go over to Scotty Tarvin in Facebook, you're going to see that dude's all hemmed up and secure and tight, and you ain't getting in. You ain't reading shit. You don't know who my friends are. That's why I created my other one, Floyd Pleasant Tarvin IV. Wide open. Take anybody and everybody. I'm not tripping. Now, because of my colorful past, I decided I wasn't going to hide anything. If I was going to come on social media and do my thing, I had to be transparent. I had to tell you guys everything. Why? Because of trolls. Because they're going to go look, they're going to go, oh my God, he's got a criminal record. He killed somebody. He robbed a wine gardens. He sold a quarter pound of coke to an undercover cop. He's got multiple DWIs. Somebody asked me the other day, what were you arrested for? Okay. Now, I heard the word arrested, not what you went to jail for, not what you went to prison for. What were you arrested for? I've been arrested over 30 times, easily, for everything. Public intoxication, warrants, traffic tickets. I was telling Jesse the other day, thank God for statute of limitations. But back when I was in high school, I used to have a 1976 Toyota SR5 truck. And this was a bad little truck. On the back, it had N5015, big ass tires, stuck out about that wide outside the truck bed. I had a little bitty, what they call the handcuff steering wheel on it. It was a 5-speed, and I could actually drive that and roll a joint at the same time, miraculously. I put in remember the T-top sunroofs? Okay, the one that had two sunroofs. Put that in there because remember I worked at an auto parts store, tinted my windows, redid the interior. It was a badass little truck. Loved it. Loved that truck. Had a blast in that truck. So I go pick. Kauai. Remember I was telling you about Kauai? All right. Well, those two guys in South Houston hooked me up to this guy named Rick, and Rick always had the best weed in the city of Houston. And I always had a bounty. If somebody had better weed than me, I would give them $100. Take me to your leader. I want to know where you got that because it's better than mine. I got the best, and I got a bunch of it. So I go score from Rick. I got 5 pounds of weed in the back behind my passenger seat. I'm driving home. I turn on Antoine off 290 and I'm almost home. Oh, shit. I get pulled over. Fuck. So I pull over. Big old black cop, man. He probably 6'4", easy 300 pounds. I pulled you over for whatever. And I don't remember. I was, a little terrified at the time. So it's a crazy story. So he goes, yeah, you got a warrant, and it's like, $150 or something. And usually when you go do a drug deal, after the drug deal, you don't have any money in your pocket. You just spend it all on, your drugs, you re-up, and so you can go make more money. Well, thank God I had a bunch of cash money in my pocket. So the cop tells me, we're remember, this is in the 70s, okay? Not now. How about we drive your truck home, park it in your driveway, and take you downtown. You can pay your warrant, and we'll take you back to your house. Ooh, that's like, how do you accept that offer when you know that as soon as they get in the truck, they're going to smell that 5 pounds of weed, and then boom, now you got a felony. If I tell them no, that might lead to some suspicion. So my mind's going, all right, yeah, just drive it to my house. I swear to God, this big old black dude got behind the wheel. He's like this. And this dude drove my truck home, parked at my driveway, opened the back door to the patrol car where I was at, put my keys in my pocket. They drove me downtown, 61 Reasoner Street, walked in, paid my fine at the window, walked back out, got in the car, front seat of the car, and they took me home and dropped me off. Swear to God. I've had just this so crazy, insane, wild ass life. That's who I am. I've been there, done it, don't want to do it again. So my life is just real copacetic. I don't like to make waves. I don't like drama. I just like doing what I do, chilling out, talking to my really close friends every once in a while. And that's about it. That's about it. I haven't been to a good concert in a minute. I get free tickets all the time. I just don't go. It's real weird because I'm antisocial for somebody who's a social media person. So it's weird. But back to Jeff real quick, because I want to address this. He'll be on the show tonight. Okay. 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I don't know how long I'll have him. He is having issues with his, he had a PC. He was trying to transfer his files to his new laptop, and for some reason, the files disappeared. He spent a full day with the Geek Squad, and I felt for the guy because I've been there, done that, trying to get it remedied. It's still not remedied, so he's going to be on his phone tonight. So, I told him, man, it don't matter. It's Halloween. Just put on a mask. Nobody will know the difference, right? So Jeff will be on tonight. So y'all do stay tuned for that. So me and Jeff, zero animosity. We're still buddy. Okay. There's a lot of information out there that people state that I don't believe. Some of it is deliberate disinformation produced through our own government. Our government actually, was it an executive order that they wrote during the Bush administration? I'm pretty sure Dick Cheney orchestrated that, where it's legal for the United States government to deliberately put propaganda, misinformation, disinformation, psyops, COINTELPRO, all of that on the American people. Absolutely. Most people haven't read the Patriot Act that, these guys pushed through basically without reading it. That thing's shocking. So even though Jeff gets, when you get information from multiple reliable sources, you take it as believable. And if you're allowed to share it, well, if you have a good heart, a good soul, of course you want to share it with as many of your family and friends, loved ones as you can, because you don't want anybody to get harmed or injured by something happening beyond their control. Natural disaster, deliberate disaster, war, terrorist act, whatever. That's all Jeff's doing, is coming on here, give you guys the warning. Hey, this is what I was told. Okay. Now, should he always lead that out with a caveat from now on? You don't have to believe it. Okay. You can turn off the show right now. Or would you rather just come on and tell you what it is? Everybody has a right to believe what they want to believe, whether it's true or not. Period. So there's a lot of things some of my guests, I'm not going to say a lot. There are things that my guests do say that I don't agree with, and that's not all guests. And I'm not going to be specific about which ones I've had on here, because I've had, I would say a couple hundred guests on here by now, as long as I've been doing this show. But that's your choice. And I'm not here for likes and subscribers and notoriety, infamy. I don't want that. If I did that, I would be out every day on the streets of Houston promoting Fearless Floyd. I'd be out wearing Fearless Floyd shirts, handing out my stickers and bumper stickers. I would actually have them on my car, and I don't. Well, it's not my car. It belongs to my trust. I don't know anything. I'm just a broke ass Indian. Like they want me. Own nothing and be happy. Well, all right. You reached one. So my second phone call. We got the whole Jeff thing out of the way. Let me get over here to the comments, because I know there's a million of them that I haven't gotten to. There's a bunch of them. I don't know if y'all watched Mark Z earlier. I tried to catch the whole show. But y'all may or may not have caught his comment about the Brunson brothers case. And I've told you guys repeatedly, there's people hanging on that. Oh, the Brunson brothers. Take it from a multi-published litigator who's been to the U.S. Supreme Court, who's published in the Supreme Court Digest, or not Supreme Court Digest, Supreme Court Reporter. Who's read their legal work, who offered services to them for free, and they declined. Why would you decline help, assistance from somebody that's published? Okay. You know what it means when you're published? That means that you set precedent. Okay. That your case, your appeal, whatever it is, was so important that everybody should be able to use it as an authority the same way that I did. That's what it means to be published. That's why it's a feather in your cap, a stripe on your arm. Go back. Next time you meet an attorney, ask them, are you published? Oh, no, I practice, trial law, or, I do trademark law. Very few of them are published because you got to do it on the appellate level to get published. And you got to be good. And they declined. And I offered them, got Brian Robertson on the phone, pastor of the Way, who has a Westlaw online account. Hey, boom, I got you a law library right here. I got you a researcher. So next time you present something, boom, guess who's going to be in the background editing that document that you submitted over here to me is me and Brian. We're going to go put this bitch on steroids and performance-enhancing drugs and kick it up a notch, pow, as Emerald used to say. But no, nada, zip, zilch. And then I see their filings afterwards, which are garbage. But yet, nobody wants to listen to me. Everybody wants to say, oh, yeah, the brother, turn everything. As soon as the Supreme Court comes back to term, which was what? October 3rd, I think they came to term this year. Or was it the 7th on the Monday? Yeah, 7th, I think. They came in a little late. And everybody expected them to come right off the bat. And there goes Congress. There goes the Biden administration. Well, where are we at? Less than a week away from an election with a propped up stooge, an idiot, masquerading as a politician, running against probably, in my opinion, and let me preface that before I even say it, why I say it. In my opinion, the reason that you are seeing an about face from Donald Trump, why he is coming down on the people, why you saw him working at McDonald's, why you just saw him in a sanitation truck, adopting, adhering, hugging, being garbage. Whoever on his team told him to embrace that and then use it as a cudgel. Brilliant. Genius. I think everybody should get a Trump 2024 stencil and take a black hefty garbage bag, flip it upside down, and spray both sides Trump 2024, cut a hole in the top, one for the arms, put that bitch on, and go parade around Halloween as garbage for Trump 2024 and make them eat their own words because they're going hysterical over all this. That left-wing party over there, crazy went insane. They were already crazy. Now they're insane. They are all mentally ill. Anyone who votes for the current administration in 2024 is mentally ill. They have lost their mind. They need help. Because if they think that this can continue for 4 more years, that we can import another 30 million, which I'm sure next time it'll be 60 million documented. There's probably 40 to 50 undocumented already here. I know it's closer to probably 80 million, just what has happened over the decades that they've allowed to come across here and establish themselves and have those anchor babies, the DACAs. that's my own opinion. This is the only way we can label them mentally ill, and we need to institutionalize them. Definitely should put them on a 72-hour psychiatric evaluation hold, right? Doesn't that make perfect sense? Because it is happening across the country, folks, where the de facto government, existing current governments, are locking people up without charges. When they go to court, the courts are sending them to psychological hospitals for psych evaluations, drugging them and keeping them there. That is a thing that is happening. So I'm getting calls, and I've talked to these folks on the phone. They call me from jail and prisons. Okay. Just show you. I can show you my call list today. Oh, see, I get that brightness off there. It just won't come up. I don't know what. There you go. Prison jail. People call me. I get calls from Bureau of Prisons, county jails, state prisons all the time. There's two gentlemen over in California. Let me look them up because I have their phone numbers. Oh, here they are. Anthony Ricardo Turner, Ronald K. Strasser. I've spoken to Ronald. He's been there for a while, months. These two guys were in the same place, same cell block, and they're having a really, really, really bad time. They're being forced drugs. Of course, you stay fucked up on psych meds, and they're trying to keep these people there forever without charges. So let me preface that with this. How many times have I told you guys, don't go running around out in public with some bitch ass private plates on your vehicle, no registration or inspection sticker, no driver's license, no insurance, busted taillight, and make yourself a fucking target because you believe you don't want to contract with the government, the state. Listen, you're in all kind of crazy ass contracts with the state and the government that you don't even know about. Every time you fill out an application, I don't care what the fuck the application is for, they're tapping into your account. That's a contract. Even though you didn't get the application, you weren't approved, you were denied, they still went in there. Absolutely. Guess what? I'm a fucking dumbass. Why? Because I did something stupid. I went and surrendered my driver's license without really knowing why, the ramifications, just because, I thought the whole dogma about, oh, we don't want any contractors. How'd that work out for you, Floyd? I'm still suffering and paying the consequences for one stupid move. Oh, baby girl. Oh, no. Yeah. So don't do what I did. Don't go out there playing in the streets thinking that just because I got private plates, I got a DOT number, I got a trust, or I got this, or I got that you're just going to go out there and do what the fuck you want to do, and you're not going to get held accountable. Because this is what's going to happen. And how I know this is going to happen, because I've had this conversation dozens of times with folks that want to go out there and run around, do all this shit without having any substance, any constitution of understanding, comprehension of exactly what the fuck that they're doing. And that when it comes time to be held accountable, guess what? They want to disappear. And let me explain that to you, how this all works. You listen to some new guru, David Strait. You put private tags on your car, you go driving, you get pulled over, you hand them your passport card, you expect to be on the do not detain list because you did the copper moonshine still or James C. Levitt's passport process, and you were told that that would put you on the do not detain list, a file 19 special. You ever heard that term before? Probably not. But the do not detain has now been disputed. A6 Grind Time and myself have both said that it doesn't work anymore. It may have worked in the past. It doesn't work anymore. So now you are rolling up and roll your window down 3 inches. You slide your passport out, I accept your oath of office. So you're throwing out all this sovereign citizen ideology, symbology. So what's a cop to think? Oh, I got one of these on my hands. Oh, I need to back up. So now you got 2, 3, 4 cops to deal with, if not more. Why? Because you're doing everything to make yourself look like a domestic terrorist. So then you want to argue or debate with the cop because the cop is poorly trained, miseducated, more likely than not has never read his own or hers state constitution, much less the federal constitution, have no idea how it applies to the average person or even to themselves. All they're doing is following policy because they're policy men, policemen. They're doing their job. You want to get out and argue with them? Guess what? They're going to do their fucking job because they want to get paid and they want their pension. Just like if it was your job, you would do your job. So it's not your job to argue with them and debate them because guess what? They're not the prosecutor. They're not the judge. They're not the trier of fact. They're just a cop doing their job, enforcing policy. Because you decided to go out and operate outside their policy, they're going to try to hold you accountable. But if you don't know no better, you're going to be trying to argue and debate and hold court right there on the side of the road. And guess what? Now you're making that policy man the judge, the jury, and the executioner. And that's a potentiality for getting out there acting stupid. Because the place for the debate and the argument is in the courtroom with the people who can really actually adjudicate it, not the policy enforcer. This is why I tell everybody, unless you have the legal acumen to go into any court and stand on your own square and hold your own, even if you lose, you can stand up and handle the consequences and repercussions of your actions, win or lose. If you cannot do that, go sit down, shut the fuck up, take that bullshit off your fucking car and get legal according to their policy. If you do that, you will not have any problems as long as you follow policy. If it costs you $200 or $300 a year to stay in policy, so when you're out in the public, there's no targets on your back, there's no red flags. You look like everybody else unless you're violating policy, i.e. speeding, running red lights, weaving, driving recklessly, etc., etc. And this is ridiculous for this time in the community because I've been saying this over and over and over. Stop fucking doing that. More likely than not, you cannot afford financially the consequences of doing that. You can't afford to lose work. You can't afford to get your car impounded. So why? Why would you risk a couple $100 versus thousands? Because it's going to cost you thousands to get out of that little bullshit that you got into trying to save a little chump change because you didn't want to contract with somebody. You contract with people every day. You're contracting with me right now. This isn't an adhesion contract because you have the right to leave, but we're definitely in a contract right now. You're here because you want to be. We're in like-minded. You can leave anytime you want. This is an open contract. If I ask you to like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell, leave a comment below, I'm offering you a presentment. I'm looking for an acceptance. Are you going to accept it and do it? Because if you did, then we fulfilled the contract. I made you an offer. You accepted it. Or you may counteroffer. Hey, no, Floyd, I want you to come over here. I want you to like, subscribe, share, and leave a note or hit the notification bell and leave a comment below in my social media platform. Okay, I'll accept that counteroffer. Tit for tat. Yeah, that's how that works. I'm not here for what most people think that I'm here for. I'm not here like most social media platforms. You know, they're looking for likes, subscribers, shares, and all that bullshit. You know, I've monetized, I don't know, maybe a half a dozen videos just to see, you know, what the real income is with YouTube. I think I've made a whopping $20. It's not even enough for me to go pay attention to. And I try to run this, you know, as cheaply and affordably as I can for you guys to do it because it costs money. You know, you got to pay for your website, your hosting, you know, StreamYard, you know, everything costs money these days. Everybody wants $1.99 or more. Subscription fee, monthly subscription fee. And I'm not trying to be a downer to you guys. I just don't want I don't want to see anybody get in trouble needlessly. Preventable. If you do not know how to go into court and litigate, okay? And there's one thing just going into court. And this God bless them. Please. Another thing. Affidavits do not talk in court. Okay? So, hypothetical scenario. Here we go. You go out and drive, you got bullshit ass private plates on your car, get pulled over, car gets impounded, plates get seized, you get a ticket for, you know, fictitious plates, go to jail, have to bond out, pay the fine, go get your car. How much does that cost you already? Now you got to go defend yourself in court. And you don't even know how because you've been hiring attorneys your entire life, or you've never had any kind of courtroom encounter. So if you think you're going to go in there and speak English in the court and have any chance of winning, no. You've got to go in there and talk legalese. An entirely different language, entirely different definitions. If you don't know that, you're shit out of luck right off the bat. You've already lost as soon as you walked in the door. Now, all these other people who get the same traffic ticket, get out on bond, and then they start papering the court with affidavits and all this mountainous stacks of filings and evidence and all that. And then when their court date arrives, guess what they do? They don't appear in court. They disappear. They don't show fuck up. They filed all this information. Hey, please, judge, please, prosecutor, look at my stuff. Look how innocent I am. And then when it comes time to defend all that, stand up and represent it, guess what you do? You fucking disappear. You didn't show up. You disrespected the court. You dishonored the court. Now, the next time you come to court, guess what they're going to do? They're going to hold you fucking accountable. Tenfold. Why? Because you wanted to be heard when it was your chance. You told the court, I ain't coming. Go read those 10,000 pages I just sent you. That'll clear everything up. All you're doing is making a bigger mess of your life. I promise you. So stop. Stop going out and playing stupid games because you're going to win really stupid prizes. The last thing you want to do in this current environment is get tied up in the fucking criminal justice system because it's criminal. And I talk to people all across the country all the time who are incarcerated with no charges. They didn't do anything. And they're taken into custody. And some of them can't get out. And they're still there. And it's these people. They're just a couple. So I can't express to you, as much as I can. Don't do stupid things. Quit listening to fucking dumbass people. I got a guy over here in one of my national groups, he's like, oh, I want to correct my status. Well, what does that look like for you? Because I don't know what your definition is, and I don't know who told you that or who told you to do that. So just go back to the source. What are they talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Change status for what? Going to change your citizenship? Going to change your gender? I don't know what you're trying to do. I don't have time to do that. When somebody hit me up and told me this whole Chris Hauser case, I'm just like telling them, no, not true. And they went and read the dissent. The dissent, okay? The dissenting opinion of one of the judges or two of them in Chris Hauser's case. And the dissenter, which has zero authority on the case, okay? It's just an opinion, like an asshole. That's it. It's not a majority opinion. It's the dissenting opinion. And in that dissenting opinion, he says, oh, I would have recommended resentencing. So this person reading that believes that the case should be remanded back for resentencing. And I'm going back and forth with him. No, that's not how the law works. It's a dissenting opinion. It's meaningless. You can't use it as an authority. I don't know why you think it has some legitimacy. It doesn't. I mean, it is a legitimate opinion, but as far as resentencing, no. That's a rock fucking solid case, period, start to finish. I know because I've listened to every word. I've read every word. One thing I haven't read is the actual trial transcript, which would be the clerk's record and the reporter's record, which is the stenographer. Clerk's record is all the documents filed in there, like the information or complaint, the indictment. Somebody's calling me, but I can't take the call right now. So, yeah, it's a trip, big trip. Let me get back over to the comments. I was locked up with a guy named Speed Racer. Exploitedocious. Hello from the UK. You're asking why people not like Jeff. I don't think it's that they not. It's not that they not like Jeff. It's just they because I because I didn't believe what Jeff was saying. Now they think Jeff's untrustworthy. Okay. But that's not the case at all. Jeff got reliable, good information, just like, you know, anybody else would get, because if you got some intel that from one of your reliable sources, you know, you would share it. That's what happened. Okay. You don't have to agree with everything you hear, right? Even if it's from a reliable source. So it's not that they don't like Jeff. It's just that they don't want to, you know, they don't want to hear him anymore because they don't believe what's coming out of his mouth is truthful. Hey, Linda, from the Hill Country. Pat, yeah, that was Heather Tucci. Yep, you almost fell for Chris Hauser's bullshit. You know, and look, Chris Hauser, you know, when I talked to him the first time, or the first and only time, you know, a folksy, good old boy from, you know, Tennessee's Appalachian, you know, definitely acclimated to the prison life very well and the prison slang. But, you know, I had already been through what he was pontificating. And, you know, when, you know, 30, 40, 50,000 people are all doing the same thing, you know, and it's not working, you know, how many of those people's lives, you know, are just wasting time, money, and energy? And how many lives of other people are they wasting time, money, and energy? Think about all those car salesmen who got beat up all fucking day long by people coming in there saying, "Oh yeah, I got 1099A," you know, or they'll get the salesman. They won't even tell them how the process works at the very beginning. And then they'll go test drive a car or go through the whole machinations. And then, you know, when it comes time to meet the finance manager and cement the deal, you know, we've wasted an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours at the dealership. And then you throw the 1099A at them. They're like, "What's that?" It's a 1099A process. What's that? You don't have a check? You don't have financing? Cash? All the traditional methods that one would purchase a vehicle with? No. Here, hang on. Let me go to YouTube. Yeah, this guy, Chris Hauser. Yeah, here. Can you watch this video? He'll show you exactly how to do it. Car salesman. I've done on-lot sales and I've done eBay sales. And you're more than welcome to go over on 59 in Fountain View. There's a car wash behind a gas station. Well, that gas station is Steve Flynn's old car lot. And behind it, the car wash, that used to be our car lot. We did $25 million in business in 1999 off that pre-owned car lot. 25 million, folks. I personally drove 20 to 40 cars every day, from Ford Broncos to Ferraris, everything in between, all day, 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. Had Sundays off. So I've been in a high volume dealership. So I knew what it was to have somebody come in and kick fucking tires for 2 hours and waste your time when you could have actually been doing a sale. Because being over at the Galleria area, we used to get the pimps in there all the time, come to see the big body Benzes. I want a big body. All right. Yeah, I got to have one for my hose. All right. And these dudes ain't got a pot to piss in. They definitely can't get financing. And you know that. And you're hoping that one of them hoes going to whip open a purse and, you know, whop out $20,000 in cash. That's what you're waiting on. But you got to go do the test drive, you know, listen to all the bullshit, come back, and they ain't got no money. Wasted time. I could have been loading cars on eBay, making money. Could have been answering emails, making money. Yet I have to deal with this bullshit. So when I saw this occur, I saw what Chris Hauser was doing, abusing people with his bullshit. I went and did my investigation. That was probably the first person scammer that I profiled. Annabon Rights was about the same time, but I was in with all that. But yeah, Chris was probably the first one. I did expose Anna afterwards. Yeah. Anything to do with Chris Hauser, just, turn it off. Sorry. And it's sad because, Chris probably, I hope, may be genuine, but problem is he can't stop lying. I busted him with so many lies. That's the problem. And this is how I look at it. If you lie to me once, you're going to lie to me again. And if you lie to me, especially, about real shit that matters, that's definitely a big hickey. When you lie to me about something insignificant that doesn't affect my life, but apparently has some ethereal, pragmatic thing for your life, so be it. Yeah, right to be happy. Hello. Hey, Petty Sock. Covert Recon. Yeah, I tried. Oh, you like this shirt too? Yeah, I've had a bunch of these shirts. I have I'm a clothes whore. I like nice clothes. I like one-offs, something that you're not going to see anybody else wear. So that's why I'm very selective on definitely my shirts. But now that it's getting to be winter, I'll break out all the long sleeves. So you'll see a whole new set. If you haven't watched me over the last 3 or 4 years, I do try to buy new ones, give away the older ones that I've worn a bunch of times. Hey, Debbie, how you doing? Good comment. Post that up there for you guys to read. Yeah, I mean, Jeff was extremely adamant about sharing that information with you guys. I mean, he just, I've got to go on. I've got to go on. Okay. I mean, that's a lot for people to digest. It really is. I mean, alien invasion, Project Blue Beam. I mean, you put it all, military in the streets, martial law. That's just so much for people to handle all at one time that, it would shock the psyche of the majority of people. Just seeing an alien, imagine that you don't believe in UFOs, you don't believe in you don't believe in none of that. And then boom, you see an alien first time in your life. That would be quite the reaction. So, Petty Sock, yeah, right here, same thing with Mark. Mark's just sharing what he hears with you guys, and like everybody, that's why I don't throw out dates. I don't care about dates. When it happens, it's going to happen. Just go live life. Don't live life waiting for this to happen. Hello, Clista. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Catherine, yeah. Grip, how you doing? And I'll let Jeff come on and tell you who his sources were, if he can reveal that. I mean, he told me in general, he wasn't real specific, said, James D. Colonel James D. Smith, retired former U.S. Navy or, U.S. Army, now working for, this is all hypothetical, for a company like Booz Allen Hamilton. And he relayed this information to me. And guess what? It was the same information as my buddy Tommy over at the U.S. Department of State. He told me the same stuff. So that's where it comes from. So he's going to get on here tonight, and hopefully he can share that with you guys. We're going to have a fun show. Letitia. That's an interesting way to spell Letitia. Jeff's getting beat up because he's talking about some scary shit. Yeah. Yep. D. Smith. Hello. Jeff is coming back. He'll be back tonight at 7 p.m. So he wanted to do a Halloween show. I'm like, well, if you're telling everybody this now, what are you going to have left for Halloween to scare the shit out of everybody, bro? So that's where we were with that. I go, you sure you don't want to save this for Halloween? He's like, no, they need to know now. I'm like, well, okay. Now? He's like, right now. I'm like, all right. I got the platform. I'll give you a show. And the conversation he and I had before I came on here, he was like, man, why do I need to do this anymore if they don't want to believe me? And I had to tell him, look, bro, you got to have tough skin on this. You're going to have trolls. You're going to have naysayers. People threaten my life. I mean, it's just all across the board. And you have to, take that for what it is. That's why I tell you guys, I'm not here for subscribers, likes, and all that bullshit. Because if I was, oh, man, I wouldn't even be doing any more shows. I'd be locked up in my bedroom going, oh, man, those trolls beat me up, man. I'm scared to do anything now. I don't want to go on there talk about anything because anything I say, they're going to beat me up about. No. I welcome the challenges to everything that I say. And I will go comment, and I will reply. I will tell you to fuck off. I will tell you to go sit down and shut up. I will invite you on a all-expensive, all-inclusive, round-trip paid vacation to come get your ass beat at LA Fitness. Just bring your gloves and your mouthpiece. In fact, you guys think I'm kidding? I just had to make another one. Why? Because the one I had, so, I told y'all I'm getting my whole mouth redone. This tooth over here, which had a veneer cap on it, it was already half broken off. It broke off in prison. And when I was doing deadlifts last week, I had a clear mouthpiece. I bit through the mouthpiece and chipped my freaking tooth and busted that other half cap off. This was going to be the last. This one was going to be the last tooth that she fixed. So I don't know. I've got an appointment next week, I think. So we'll all address it then. I'm not worried about it. But yeah, mouthpiece and gloves. Get you some MMA gloves. I've got 2 sets in case you need a set. I'll give you the extra. I'll give you the unpadded ones, and I'll take the padded ones if you want. So I'll be a little easier on you. So yeah, that's how I challenge trolls. That's how I get them to shut the fuck up and go away. That's why I go to the gym. I want to be in top physical shape at all times. Because when I put out these challenges to these idiots and they accept my challenge, I want to be able to go up and handle up and do what I say I can do. I want to go take Krav Maga, and I want to learn how. I want to be a dangerous motherfucker. If I'm not already. What, baby girl? I love you. Oh, well, come over here. Yeah, you always go over that side. That's my operating hand. There you go. Yeah, I'd like to have him on. Forever a trillion. How you doing? Thank you. Jeff's a great guy. And listen, Jeff did not have to come out publicly. He didn't have to come out about the Rodriguez estate, none of that. The only reason he came out is because Elizabeth popped up on the scene and was professing to be the queen, executor, heir, and beneficiary. I've got 4 different titles for her in her documents. Okay. So for those of you who know anything about trust law, you cannot be an executor and a beneficiary. So I've got a little conflict there. Has to be cleared up. Can she clear it up? Seeing my issues? So I can't come on here and, say, oh, no. Elizabeth is not the real deal. She's fake and all that. No, I cannot say that. So I'm not going to say that. I don't know. That's where I'm at between Elizabeth and the Rodriguez estate. The information that I'm reading isn't quite adding up to what it is claimed to be, in my opinion, so far. Hopefully, when Elizabeth addresses my issues, we can clear that up, get it clarified. I can come out and be able to present you with a different opinion. But until that time, that's where we're at with that. That's why you guys know who Jeff Rom is. Otherwise, Jeff would still be up in Pennsylvania, flying his plane, riding his bike, doing his thing. Y'all wouldn't have no idea who he is. Zero. So, like I said, I'm very honored to have him on my platform, have him on my show. He's a wealth of knowledge. He has tons of contacts. It is up to me because I'm only one person. I do what I do. I've got a ton of shit to do. I'm trying to, do a whole bunch of different things. My time is precious. I can only do so much. I would love to be able to do a show Tuesday through Friday every day at noon, but I can't at the time. I'm just restricted. They're probably going to come tear this place up in the next week or two. They said before Thanksgiving. So Jeff for president. Jeff doesn't want to be president. This is what we are. This is what my little clique wants, that I think. We want to, participate in the RV, accumulate our wealth into our trusts, and go live life happily ever after. We have our own, pet humanitarian projects that we want to complete. And this is for humanity. But I want you to take a deeper look at this. For those of you who, are my age, our window and our lifespan is getting narrower every day. I see my peers my age dropping left and right. Hopefully, if everything corresponds to as it's been stated, that we will have these things called med beds, who will allow us to heal our bodies and live a longer life. I hope we are able to accomplish that in our lifetime, that we, don't miss the window. I've always thought this my entire life, that I was in that unique generation that would see things that would be, remarkable, unbelievable, science fiction, that kind of thing in my lifetime. And it has always been, in my ideation that eventually this technology would be available. And I didn't know if I would be able to adapt to that within my lifetime, if I would miss that curve. So the way I look at this is, we only have so much time. And would you rather devote the rest of your life to humanitarian project or humanitarian projects? Because that may be a passion for somebody. Somebody may love horses so much they want to go adopt every wild horse in America and put them in a sanctuary and give them, the happiest life they could ever live. And they want to be around horses 24/7, 366. If that's the case, so be it. But there's other people who say, hey, I just want to throw money at that and I want to go live my life. So start looking for people who are younger than yourselves, who are bright, intelligent individuals, who have a good constitution that you can mentor. And you should reach out to them and try to pull them up and introduce them to, what you want done. Because you have the ability to find like-minded individuals. And then once this happens, don't put them in place in your stead while you can go do what you want to do. And they still have that driving passion that you had for whatever you wanted to do. And they will fulfill your dreams while you go live life happily ever after. So start thinking in that aspect of what that looks like and how you may want to address that when the time comes. Right there, we have been fed a whole bunch of bullshit. I'm popular, but I'm not trying to be popular. It's not why I'm here. I'm here to save one person a day. That's it, just one. If one of my videos can reach out and prevent somebody from wasting their time, money, and energy with whatever endeavor, I'm good for that. I've done what I needed to do. I've done what I put here to do, and I'm going to be rewarded for that. That's how I look at it. I don't have a dream life. I have a good life. I have a decent life. Would I like it to be a little bit more exciting? Probably. But I have to, suppress some of the things that I want to do. Because I can't let that genie out of the bottle. I can never have a drink of alcohol ever again. Because if I open that door, put that key in that keyhole, open that door, oh shit, I just opened Pandora's box. Well, baby girl, well, I'm right here. What do you want? You want to go outside? You want to go outside? I'll be right back. Come on, we'll take you outside. Come on. Woo. All right, sorry about that. She comes up and bumps my arm with her muzzle, and it makes me bounce all over the place. For some reason, she won't come over here to this arm that's free. All right. Sorry about that, Matt. Hey, Tanya, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Hey, Golden Arrow from the mountains of Kentucky. Man, beautiful country up there. Hello, Kathleen. Thank you, Kathleen, for that. I remember things. I've done so many insane, crazy things that, I'll be talking to somebody and stories will pop into my head, just like, the 5 pounds of weed deal. My life is full of those, full of them. Yep. Very interesting about Facebook and social media in general, and even the platform that I'm on right now. It's going to be interesting to see because I don't know, Mark addressed this on the show earlier. I really haven't been paying attention to it, but Elon Musk Joe Rogan reached out to Elon regarding the suppression, shadow banning of his interview with Trump, that it wasn't a trending video, even though it had 30 million views in one day. Yeah. So, you know, I already know about shadow banning. I've showed you guys real-time live shadow banning on YouTube as well as in Telegram. In Telegram too. Yeah, it's nuts. But the First Amendment, free speech. And it's going to be interesting because you know what's going to happen if Trump is inaugurated in January. That all these companies that have been suppressing free speech for the last 6 years, 8 years, they're going to get held accountable. And I pray to God that they break these monopolies up, because they're monopolies. Google's a monopoly. Comcast, Xfinity, monopoly. They all need to be broken up. You should be able to select an internet service just like you should be able to select a mobile phone service, but you can't. You're restricted. And that's an issue. That's a problem. Same thing with free speech. I think Elon's worth $240 billion now, which is insane. That a difference can be made. And I had this conversation with Daryl before I came on the show. Trump can't do it all by himself. He just can't. There's too many wolves in sheep's clothing that he's going to be unable to recognize, that are still going to come in and do what they do. It's us. It's you, me, everybody watching this video. We are the ones that have to make the change. Just like I tell you guys about going into court, you have to go into their sandbox and play with their toys in their sandbox. And if you can't beat them with their own toys in their own sandbox, you're going to lose. Because if you go in their sandbox and you bring in your own toys and they don't recognize your toys, they don't want to play with your toys, you're going to lose. So it's the same thing on principle across this country. You are going to have to go get involved in politics. You are going to go have to run for office. We're going to have to find somebody trustworthy to go run for office that cannot be compromised, that will not allow themselves to be put in a precarious situation where they may get blackmailed and ruin the rest of their political career. It's us, folks. We have to go do the same thing the Democrats did. That's why I tell y'all, you know, in one of my videos, I whipped out the book. I had the Democratic playbook. I had it in prison. I brought it out of prison with me, actually. And they went and they elected themselves. And that's how they've taken over all these blue cities and blue counties. It's through the election process. That's why I'm so appalled at the frickin' Republican Party here in Houston, if not Texas, that they've allowed some of these judges who have no business being on a bench, have no business in the legal field, are running unopposed and are going to get another fucking 4 years on the bench because the Republicans didn't put anybody up against them. That's how weak the Republican Party is. They've ceded certain areas over to the Democrats, and they don't want it back. So who's going to go take it back? Trump? Well, who's the co-chair of the Republican National Party? Laura Trump. Oh, well, they haven't changed it yet. What makes you think they're going to change it the next 4 years? They need you. They need we. They need us. I'm not telling you you got to go join the Project 2025 or anything like that. But they need good people with good constitution, good morals, good integrity, good faith, clean hands, and honor to go serve, to go change things, get rid of all these idiotic laws that are on the books, to reduce government waste and spending, reduce taxes, fines, and fees, re-educate our law enforcement officers. Fuck defund the police. I need police. We need police. But we need better trained and educated police. That's what we need. Because they're trained to enforce policy, not constitutional rights. Sadly. Because the constitutional rights on the federal and state level trump all bullshit laws. Yet they want you to believe that the laws supersede the Constitution. And that's not the way it works. As I said, government, okay, we're supposed to be at the top, but we're at the bottom. They flipped everything upside down and everybody's accepted it and everybody's copacetic. That's why you don't see any protests in America. Who do you see protesting? These idiots on college campuses about the whole Israeli and Muslim thing. Palestine. That's nuts. There's nuts. You said have some cash set aside. How much cash? If you don't use it all after the RV, we'll be able to put it back. Pat, I don't quite understand cash set aside. Everybody, okay? Everybody should have as many $1 bills, $5 bills, or $2 bills and $10 bills as you can accumulate and stash them. Because if the shit hits the fan, okay, and take it from somebody who went through a F4 tornado in May, a Category 4 hurricane in July, and was without power for a total of 10 days, 5 each time. And as far as you could walk, there was no electricity. There were no gas stations. There were no ATMs. Nothing was open except Walmart. Everything was closed. Generators died 24 to 48 hours after they were on because they didn't have any gas. It wasn't like they could just drive up to the corner Shell station and get another 5 gallons and come back and keep it cranking. No, they had to go on a journey because they didn't know where the electricity started, where it stopped. They were relying on social media, which was, iffy at the time because internet was going in and out. So your debit cards, credit cards weren't working. Definitely can't write anybody a check. So guess what's king? Cash. And if you're walking around with a bunch of 20s, 50s, and 100s, you got to find a money changer. And guess what? They're not going to change your money for free because they're in the business of changing money and making a profit. So I tell everybody, even if it's $100 fucking dollars of $1 bills, that may save your life. Most of you didn't go through Hurricane Harvey, where we had a hurricane sit over Houston and do circles. literally, and leave and flood everything and put a run on all the grocery stores, and all the shelves and refrigerators were empty. And there was a line out the door. And only 10 people could go in the store at one time. When one left, one went in. When two left, two went in. When three left, three went in. And if you had extra people with you, one person, one cart. Even all the ice cream was gone. All of it. Yeah. No milk, no dairy, no ice cream, no meat, no lunch meat, no bread. All the basic staples gone. And at that store, I lived a mile from it. 5 miles from that store was the grocery store distribution center that fulfills that store. And during that whole time, guess what? They never came to fulfill that store. So I've been through all this. I know what it looks like to not be able to go to a grocery store, spend money. I've been there where you couldn't go get gas. You couldn't spend money. There was only one place you could go spend money. That was at Walmart. The only reason the Walmart was open because they have the generators. So I encourage everybody to be prepared for whatever it looks like. I still don't understand the question. This is this is my best friend right here. I've known her 40 years easy. So thank you for being here. Chet, how you doing, brother? Most people have to reinvent themselves. Yeah. There you go. Yep. Some people just won't accept it. A blue sky got stopped 35 pounds on the trunk. Yeah. Oh, I can tell you some crazy ass stories. Hey, Dove Eyes, how you doing? Ellen, Leah, how you doing? Oh, I thought it was at the end. Steph, you're talking about I should speak to them. Well, you know, everybody has a right to free speech, to say what they want to say, regardless. You know, it's not my job to hold them accountable. It's your job as a listener, the viewer, the audience, to verify whether they're truthful or not. I'm just a platform. Okay. These aren't my messages. I allow people to come on and tell you what they got to tell you, whether, you know, as I said, truthful, untruthful, believable, unbelievable, remarkable, unremarkable. You know, it is what it is. I would think my audience would have the acumen, intelligence, and knowledge to be able to vet everything that they hear and work it from there. Mr. Furley, are you working on exposing Wolverine as a scammer? The concise answer for that is no. Reason is I hear all the stuff about Wolverine. You know, I think we can all agree, even Wolverine could probably agree to this statement. He's been wrong countless times. Oh, the RV's happening this week or it's happening next week. I mean, this guy's just been wrong. You know, I can sit here and go on and on, get monotonous about it. Is he a scammer? I do not know. I've never had any experience or encounter with Wolverine aside from, you know, hearing all the bullshit. He apparently has posted in his Telegram room that he was disappointed in what I said about him the other night, that, he wants me to come on his show and address it. No, I don't have to come on the show and address shit. What I've been told by what I believe to be reliable sources, what I've been told is that his days are numbered, folks. He's under investigation and he will go to prison. That's what I've been told. You can do whatever you want. You have your own free will. Nobody has sent me any bona fide physical evidence that I can review to make a judgment call on whether or not Wolverine is a scammer, a liar, a grifter, a con artist, or he's straight up honest, genuine, clean hands, good faith source. I don't know. Until I get more information. Apparently, he's selling Chinese yellow dragon bonds for $2,000 or $3,000 a pop. Well, does he have some source that nobody else has? Because I don't see anybody. And please, I ask my audience, go do this. Go try to find somebody selling yellow dragon bonds that are authentic and genuine. Today, tomorrow, this weekend. And let me know. Hit me up over here in the comments on the next show or tonight. More likely than not, if they're out there, they're probably counterfeit. Would any of you even know what a real, genuine, authentic Chinese yellow dragon bond looks like? I don't. So even if you guys bought one from Wolverine and you received it and you sent me an image of it, I wouldn't know whether it was genuine or not. I wouldn't even know where to begin to vet whether or not that instrument was genuine or not. So my answer to that is no, I'm not currently investigating him. Is he a scammer? I do not know. But what I will say is I personally find it highly doubtful he is selling genuine, legitimate, authentic, redeemable Chinese yellow dragon bonds. Unless he's got, boxes and boxes of them that he's sitting on. And if he's sitting on them, why would you be selling them unless you need survival money? But if you're selling them for $2,000, $3,000 a pop, damn, dude, what's your standard of living? Because realistically, I could get by on selling one of those a month. 2 would be great. 3, I would be probably living an extravagant lifestyle. 4 a month, I would be like, just doing whatever the hell I wanted to do. 12 grand a month, that's a lot of money to me. A lot of money to me. Why? Because I live a very frugal life. When you don't have anything and you're not getting anything, you have to learn to live very minimal. You got to learn where all the discount stores, the dollar stores, the best prices at the grocery store, because there's some things that I won't buy from certain places because I know where I can go get it much cheaper somewhere else. So I don't go buy, I shop. And I know where everything is, because when you get out and you don't have anything, and you're scraping pennies to get by, picking up T-shirts on the sidewalk because you need a gym shirt and you can't afford, $5 to run down to Ross and get you a 3-pack of T-shirts. That's where I've been. Absolutely. Yeah. So, Wolverine, I'm not going to come on your show, but as I do with anybody and everybody, you're more than welcome to come on my show. So all you have to do is send me an invitation. I'm not hard to find. I have no idea why you're putting a post in your Telegram and then people are sending me a copy of your post. Bro, thefearlessfloydshow.com. Scroll down the bottom and guess what you'll find? My phone number and my email address. And just hit me up. 9 to 9, 9 a.m., 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Don't call me outside those hours because my phone doesn't work outside those hours. There's only 6 people who can talk to me aside from those hours. And I just posted one of them on here. So the deal with Wolverine, no, I'm not investigating. Is he a scammer? I don't know, okay? All I know is if me personally, you might want to think about this too, if you're sitting on just a yellow dragon bond or even a box or a couple boxes, if you didn't need that money to survive, would you be selling them? Because that is a security, folks. A bond is a security. If you want, I'll go get my Black's Law Dictionary out of the garage and come read you the definitions. He's selling securities inside the United States. And if he's not registered with the U.S. Treasury as a securities broker, he's in violation of the law. Period. I didn't make the laws up. You can go read them. Go do your own research. That's what I'm telling you to do. Go vet him yourself. I don't know. I just don't have enough factual evidence to tell you one way or the other. Would I buy a Chinese yellow dragon bond from somebody for $2,000 or $3,000 on the internet? No, absolutely not. You want to meet me face to face? You want to send it to a independent third party, i.e., a licensed currency dealer here in my locality, and I'm just going to use my buddies over at USA Coins on the Katy Freeway. If you sent them the copy in their trust for me to go look at, them to vet that it's a genuine, real deal, then I don't have a problem sending you the money. But if you're just going to sell me something over the internet that I cannot physically hold in my hand and vet, no, not that kind of money. For some of you, that's, life-changing, because if it's your last $2,000 or $3,000 and you really need that money and you invested it and bought something bogus that you couldn't immediately resell to recoup your funds in case some type of emergency happened, yeah, you'd be shit out of luck. Yeah, talking about the Brunsons. Now listen, the premise upon which the Brunson brothers challenged the issue of Congress not investigating bona fide complaints, legit. But what do I always fall back on when there's no accountability? You cannot beat fraud and corruption. If they're fraudulent and corrupt, you're going to lose every time. You're not going to win. Guess who's in charge of all that? The ones that are corrupt and fraudulent. So it's not going to win. That's why I reached out and volunteered my services, because I know how these motherfuckers play. And they don't play fair. They don't play by the rules. Sometimes they just make shit up as they go along. And guess what? The courts adhere to the bullshit and don't rely on precedent, law of the land, facts, nothing. Over and over and over, I've done this. That's why I said the Brunson brothers weren't going anywhere. Listen, I give them kudos for trying. Good job. But it was inadequate. And you didn't put pressure in the right places at the right people. I've been through all of this. I've submitted my complaints to the Commission on Judicial Conduct, the ethics boards. Round, 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 I've gone with these fucking entities that refuse to hold anybody accountable. Good thing we just had a teacher scandal here in the Houston Independent School District, in which a high school basketball coach at Booker T. Washington War Eagles High School, which used to be in my 5A, used to play them, was using a straw person to take certification exams for at least 200 teachers applying to teach at HISD. Over $1 million scam, 200 teachers that are totally unqualified. There's only been 5 charges out of 200. This is what I'm talking about accountability. Those 200 people knew what they were doing was wrong. One of the most hallowed institutions of a human being's life, education, school, public schools. And these 200 people went in there fraudulently. And they're not being held accountable. They knew they weren't supposed to be in there teaching those kids. And yet, there they were under false pretenses. An illegal action. So they should just be what? Terminated? Or should they be held accountable? Because these are the children. This is the future. And you're just going to allow that to walk on by? So imagine those 20 to 30 to 40 kids in that classroom that knew that they had a teacher in there that was illegal, who cheated. Is that the education you want to give to those kids? That it's acceptable to cheat? That there's going to be no accountability? You're just going to get fired, but you're not going to go to jail for committing a crime? I mean, I can go down the list. Tampering with or fabricating physical evidence, fictitious documents, fraud, counterfeit. I mean, that's a RICO statute right there. That's all the definitions of criminal street gang. So there has to be accountability. Why isn't there any accountability? Because we got bullshit people in elected positions that refuse to hold people accountable. Why? Because you've allowed them to go there. You've allowed, you've caught back, go, I don't want to vote. I don't want a contract. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Hey, listen, I got to vote one time in my motherfucking life. One time. Once. Why? Because my idiotic self, Scotty Tarvin, decided he wanted to go be a fucked up, moronic criminal and get a bunch of fucking felonies. And I was finally off parole in 1991. Or I'm sorry, 1999. In the 2000 election, I got to vote for the very first time in my life. I thought I was doing the right thing. Went and did my entire investigation, did my homework. And I thought Al Gore was the better choice over George H.W. Bush. Why? Because I went and did my investigation and I found out all about the Bush family. Thanks, Mark. Mark just sent me a text. So, yeah, I'll dive right into that. So would I vote today? Fuck yeah. I would go re-register to vote, and I would vote for Donald Trump And then I would individually go down the ticket. And for those assholes that went unchallenged over on the other side, I would do write-ins, whether it was acceptable or not. Because it's unacceptable for a two-party system not to put up a contestant. It blows my mind that this is allowed to happen. They've just acquiesced. Oh, yeah, we don't care. I mean, that's part of MAGA. Let me break this down for you, okay? I don't think I have my New Testament around here. Everything's out in the garage, but I do solemnly swear, tell the truth, whole truth, not but truth, so help me God. Sheila Jackson Lee. I've repeated this story multiple times, so if you've heard it before, forgive me, but some of you who haven't. 18th Congressional District, right here. I live in it. It amasses Northwest Houston, Acres, Homes, 5th Ward. It goes all the way down into East Houston, into Channelview. If you look at the political map, you're like, what the fuck? Who's making these maps? Because you would think it would just be a grid, this square, this square, this square, that would be the representative. No, these people are gerrymandering and they're like drawing, oh, no, I need this black subdivision over here that's predominantly black because I need the black vote. That's what they do. Insanity. So I was like, I'm tired of Sheila Jackson Lee's bullshit. She's the most dumbest congressperson ever in the history of U.S. Congress. The bitch didn't do a goddamn thing her entire career as a U.S. congressperson. Pitiful. A fucking loser in my eyes. Somebody who's been in the political arena for 20, 30 years, you should have a whole wall of accomplishments. No. So, thank God she passed away from turbo cancer. And I know that's probably a bad thing to say, but listen, for the betterment of society, it was a good thing. She's trash. And I would say it to her face. I'll say it to her family. She's trash. She didn't improve shit around here. You drive around this neighborhood, which used to be a nice neighborhood, is not anymore. This is her district. So I was going to run. Well, shit, who ran against her last time? I go look it up in Ballotpedia. I'm like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? I'm looking at her contestant. Carmen. Never can remember her last name. So I look her up. Carmen is the 1984 Miss Venezuela, the 1985 Miss Universe. Yeah. I'm like, what the hell is this gorgeous woman losing to this idiot Sheila Jackson Lee? How the hell did that happen? I know this woman can talk way better than her. You don't become Miss Venezuela or Miss Universe by, not having some type of intelligence. So what do you do, Floyd? You pick up your phone and call her. Oh, okay. That's what you do, Floyd? That's what you do. And I did. And we had a very candid conversation. How did she lose? This is how she lost. Then Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, a rhino, a Republican, came to Harris County, Texas, pulled all Republican National Party funding from every MAGA candidate, Every Republican candidate that supported the MAGA movement, Donald Trump, funding was pulled by then Speaker Kevin McCarthy. And they couldn't compete against the Democratic machine, who, as you see, for somebody who could not raise $250,000, okay, $250,000 she could not raise for her presidential run in 2019, which is the current Vice President, Kamala Harris. She was so inept, so terrible, horrendous, that she couldn't even get $250,000 in political donations. And now, for some spectacular reason, over the course of the last 90 days, she's amassed over $1 billion in political contributions. How the fuck does that work? Oh, corruption and fraud. That's how, Floyd. So, this is what I say. Laura Trump, you're the co-chair of the Republican National Party. Are you going to do the same nefarious bullshit with good people who are trying to run to become Republicans and support the MAGA movement? Or are you going to fully fund them and back them up? This is my problem with the whole Republican Party as a whole. Because when I'm told things like this, and I accept that as a reliable source, it is what it is. That's where we're at. Is this going to continue? It behooves somebody to waste or expend their time, money, and energy towards a fruitless endeavor that will never pay off because they're not going to be supported by the parent or the surrogate. That's the problem we're having. And as long as people stand on the sidelines waving their flags and cheering and don't want to go get their hands dirty, scrape their knees and stub their toes, nothing's going to change. Nothing. Sorry. We're going to go through the same bullshit. Trump's going to get elected. Then they're not going to be able to do the inauguration because they're not going to certify it. There's going to be lawsuits left and right everywhere on the state and federal jurisdictions. All that shit's going to go through. There's no telling what these idiotic surrogate groups like BLM and Tifa and you know what I'm talking about. Those idiots. Look what they did in LA after the LA Dodgers beat the New York Yankees in the World Series. Those fucking idiots destroyed LA. Y'all won. Y'all didn't lose. Y'all lost. I could expect you to be a little pissed off and go burn up some shit. But you fuckers won. And you still burnt down the house. This is the problem, folks. This is the issue that we're going to have, that we're going to face. Don't think that this is just going to be a stroll in the motherfucking park. Because if the park is in New York, you're probably going to get mugged, gang raped, and killed by some illegal aliens. Because the parks aren't safe anymore. Why? Well, we all know why. There's just too much corrupt, fraudulent bullshit happening in this country this certain time for you people to be out there running around illegal or with inability to stand on your own and defend everything that you're representing. So don't do that. It's we, the people, that are going to save the country, not Donald Trump, not his little cabal of his insiders. You see, he has Vivek Ramaswamy still out there stumping for him and the MAGA movement. And yet, I've shown you guys a video of Vivek and Barack Barack Obama, almost a word-for-word speech where Vivek is parroting everything that Obama said. Now, this video was made during the primaries, but yet there it is. Here I am, a guy of color with a funny name. Yeah, on and on and on. So this is where we're at, folks. It's up to you guys. Soldier right. Listen, I get it. But the only way let me express it to you like this. Whether or not your vote counts. If you don't expend any effort, how are you going to get a result? If you want change and you don't affect change, there will be no change. It will be the status quo. And you're going to have to live with whatever it is for at least 2 years, if not 4. And then if you get to the state level at the governorship, 6 years. Can you afford another 4 years of the last 4 years you just went through? And trust me when I tell you this, the next 4 are going to be even worse than the first 4, because they're going to double down on everything because they got their way. There's nobody to hold them accountable. There's no opposing force. That's why the big mantra is, hey, go vote, make it too big to rig. I'm not saying Donald Trump's the savior. He's the end all be all. He's the one who's going to fix everything. He can turn this country around. He's going to lock up everybody that needs to be held accountable. And we all know who they are. And they're going to go away and everything's going to change. It's going to be better. We're going to see gas prices drop to, $1.99. We're going to see food prices get cut in half. We're going to see small businesses becoming vibrant again and reestablishing themselves. The mom and pops coming back out. Young entrepreneurs starting their own businesses. But where does all that begin? It begins with us, the people. If you're looking for the federal government to do it for you, well, you're doing it now. And what are they doing? They're not helping the people in North Carolina, in Eastern Tennessee, in Georgia and Florida, and Texas, California, the wildfires. No, they're sending military aid to Israel, Ukraine. They're sending millions and billions to foreign countries to exacerbate these foreign wars that we are in. World War III as a proxy. Now we're literally at war with North Korea. Seriously. The only president ever to step foot in North Korea was Donald Trump. Went over there, shook hands with the guy after calling him Rocket Man and belittling him and, shaming him. They became buddies. Now we're at war. 4 short years later, what do you think it's going to look like in the next fucking 4? Remember the triple, the 3 enemies? It was Iran, North Korea, and China. Well, we're already in war with who? Iran, via Israel, the proxy war. Now we're in war with North Korea, who just sent allegedly 10,000 troops that are in Russian uniforms fighting Ukraine. you see where this is going? Do you see why it's so important for you to get out and support your own beliefs, the way of life that you want to live, you want your children, grandchildren, your family to live? Or do you want to sit on the sidelines and just, fuck it. Whoever wins, wins. It's already pre-decided. I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. I don't know what happened to this country, but, somewhere in the last 5 years, everybody got dumb as fuck. They got stupid, gullible, naive. They accept any fucking thing. They'll take anything. They don't want to protest about anything. They don't want to, create a stir. Literally, I have, accused Greg Abbott of treason, Ken Paxton of treason. Absolutely, because they've allowed this illegal immigration. Because back when we were doing the Texas budget and legislative session for the biannual budget, they were talking about, we got 60 plus billion in surplus. What do we do with it? Should we reduce property taxes? No, you motherfuckers. You go hire a goddamn private army and send them down on the border to stop this illegal immigration. And what happens 3 years later? Greg Abbott, I'm going to send the National Guard down to the border, and we're going to retake that park that Department of Homeland Security has been using to process all these illegal immigrants. And also, I'm going to fund, and we're going to build a barracks down there for those National Guardsmen. Why did it take you so long to make that decision, Greg? You too busy enforcing bullshit ass mandates? Remember those? Most of you don't know Greg Abbott, who my own freedom, because he is the ultimate governor, CEO of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, the Texas Department of the Texas Board of Pardons and Paroles, because they're all his appointees. So when I sit here and call him a treasonous traitor, kind of shooting myself in the foot, wouldn't you think? But, I call a spade a spade. I'm not going to call a spade a heart. I'm not going to call it a black heart. It's a fucking spade. And I proved it. And who's the only person that I know of in the fucking world, aside from Jesse, who's filed an affidavit of treason pursuant to Article 1, Section 22 of the Texas Constitution and submitted it to God and everybody and got one fucking reply. One. I got a boilerplate template reply letter from U.S. Senior Senator of Texas, John Cornyn. That's it. Nobody from Greg Abbott's office, nobody from Paxton's office, nobody from the Texas Supreme Court, nobody from the Court of Criminal Appeals, no sheriff's office, no law enforcement, no mainstream media, no alternative media. Nobody. Why? Because I'm one motherfucker out here protesting. One. I have no support. Nobody else is doing it. I posted it online, free. Here, copy it. Send it in. Help me. Help save the country. Nope. Didn't happen. We're still at the same stupid place we were 4 years ago. You have to have a little courage, a little integrity, a little motivation. Not much, just a little bit. I did all the fucking heavy work for you guys. Y'all should just went, okay, well, Floyd did it here. All I got to do is sign my name, get it notarized. Piece of cake. Nope. And it sucks being the only one fighting for everybody. I did this in prison. All my lawsuits definitely would not benefit me because, as you well know, how long it takes for a case to get finally adjudicated when you do eventually get to the United States Supreme Court, if you haven't gotten any relief in any intermediary court below the United States Supreme Court. It sucks. Especially when you're litigating all by yourself. You got to go research, you got to do all the filings, type everything up, make sure it gets sent off by the deadlines. It's a bunch of fucking work. And so when I'm doing a food service lawsuit to get more food, better food, more nutritional food for all the other 100,000 inmates across the state of Texas, and definitely the ones that will come after me, because they're at 2 million now. Over 2 million people have been convicted felons in the state of Texas. Absolutely. So I'm not doing it for me, because guess what? I'm already out of prison. Okay. Took me a while, but I got out. So those cases would still be on the appellate level. They'd still be tied up in the U.S. Fifth Circuit or in the United States Supreme Court waiting on adjudication, because they were Section 1983 and Section 1962, civil rights and criminal RICO, civil RICO, respectively. That's just one. Pay telephones, Texas prisons. Did a lawsuit on that. Did a lawsuit on air conditioning, climate control. I did one on housing. That's immoral, unethical, unconstitutional to put two 200-pound men in a 45-square-foot cell. When if you live in Burleson, Texas, up by Fort Worth, and you put a dog in a cage that is less than 2 square feet per pound of the dog, you're in violation of the law. Wow, y'all give all that room to a fucking dog? But yet over here in prison, you like get a third of that for 2 adult men? So I'm fighting all these lawsuits all at fucking once for all these other people, because I'm good. I don't need air conditioning. I'm acclimated to the heat and humidity. I don't need better food because I know what to eat. I don't need a bigger cell because all I need is my little work spot on my bottom bench so I can continue to do my legal work. That's all I need. I don't care if I got a cellie or not. And eventually, when I go through the chow line and, motherfucker, we call it shake the spoon. Instead of giving you a big old heaping spoonful, they pull it up and they shake all the excess off to make sure you get that 3.8 ounces or 4 ounces of beans, and they dump it on there. Or they're serving casserole, and you're like, man, I'm fucking starving. I'd go through here and eat 5 or 6 times. And then they shake the spoon or they top it off, dump it on there. Like, man, what the fuck? Dude, I'm over here fucking pounding out this motion so you can get fed better in the future. Man, fuck you. Fuck that. Tired of doing this. Tired of getting disrespected. Wears off. When you're one person, it's very difficult to win. It's hard. There's only one of me. Get back over here, man. I'm going way off. I didn't expect to be here this long. Hey, Kay Jones, how you here? Yeah, don't worry about misspelling in the comments. We all know some of you are typing on phones and, like me, you have fat thumbs and misspell words. Steph. It is an invasion. Blue sky, yeah. Right to be happy. About the driver's license. Yeah, if you want to rent a car, you have to have a driver's license. They're not going to rent you a car. Nobody will rent you a car. Soldier of Right. File 13. Guess you're talking about the File 19 special. Winiger. Thanks for defending Jeff. I didn't come on here to defend Jeff. I came on here to restate exactly what I stated. Jeff will be on at 7 p.m. tonight. for you guys that want to come back and hear his side of the story, which I think you all should. I'm sure some of you will be out trick-or-treating or at a Halloween party. Of course, because I am antisocial. I have not been invited to one Halloween party, nor do I ever expect to be invited. Most of my friends think I am, well, they already knew I was crazy, but now on an intellectual level, they know I'm freaking crazy. And it's very difficult for me to be around those people that, I used to associate with, because when it starts to get, the conversation raises, it gets on an intellectual level, because I am so well-rounded and able to handle a conversation on any topic at any time, with veracity. It's difficult for those people to be around me, and especially if they drink. I have a very hard time being around people who drink beyond social acceptance. I'll put that real kind and delicate. The ones that get insanely, obscenely intoxicated and become obnoxious and want to lay all over you. Oh, you're my best buddy. Oh. Man, that's a turn off. And I look at that and go, man, did I used to be that guy? I did. Oof, no wonder nobody likes me anymore. So that's how I look at that. And I'm good with it. I don't have to be invited to go do social events with people. People to me are very disappointing. I hate to say that, but it is what it is. Most of them are really, really disappointing because I have high expectations for everybody. I expect everybody to every day try to be a better human being, not a better person, a better human being, whatever that looks like, whether you're doing it physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, whatever that looks like. And that's what I strive to do. I want to go to the gym. I went to the gym last night and I was going to do deadlifts because I wanted to do them the night before, but I ran out of time. So I didn't want to even start, and not be able to finish all my back exercises. So I went last night. Yesterday I went and saw my chiropractor for rehab, and he cranked on my back. And when he did it, I felt it, and it hurt like a bitch. And I thought that was going to be the end of it. But when I went to the gym last night, I did all my stretching, and then I went and got on the bike. I got about 3 minutes in the bike. My back was killing me. And I stopped. I mean, I've been to the gym 20 minutes maybe. Went and got dressed, came home, got on ice, heat, and took a gazillion pain pills and muscle relaxers, and passed out early and woke up refreshed, feel better. There's still a little bit of pain back there, not much. So I'm going to try, if I can make it back tonight. I don't know if they're going to stay open late or close at 10. But if not, I'm going to get to the gym and I'm going to try to do some deadlifts today, work out my back. So, that's what that looks like. I'm just not the social butterfly I used to be. I would be out running around in the clubs doing my thing, and I'm just not that person anymore. Blue sky. Yeah, suing the cops in their private capacity. That's a thing too. And then here you go again. We're getting into all the time, money, and energy you have to expend to get remedy. And then you're expecting the courts, who are part of the cop system, to act accordingly. And that's not always the case. It is what it is. I would love to be able to do an entire show on my own personal criminal trial that I went through, to express to you guys the length and depth that the prosecution will go to to get a conviction, how they will lie, how they will cheat, that they will be disingenuous to the court, to the proceedings, even vouch for the credibility of a witness, which is fucking an error of constitutional magnitude. Absolutely. Here you go. Here's Matt. And remember, I do private consultations with people who do have issues. And while I may not be able to get you everything that you want, I generally am able to advise people to get something that they can live with. Because generally, by the time you reach out to me for help, you're up shit creek without a paddle. And I'm your paddle. So by that time, it's like, we're both deep in the shit and it's difficult to get out. When people catch me beforehand, before they really get in some trouble, it's a lot easier to tell them how to navigate. Once you get some shit, I can help you the best I can. One thing you're not going to get out of me, and I tell everybody, I'm not going to speculate about anything. I either know it or I don't know it. There is no gray area. I don't need to blow smoke up your ass to make myself sound more intelligent or sound smarter. I know I'm intelligent. I know I'm smart. I don't have to pontificate or boost that for my ego or anything like that. I've already done everything I needed to do in life. I keep telling you guys, the only thing I want to do is jump out of a fucking plane. That's it. I've done everything else. As a man, okay, who grew up seeing Playboys, penthouses, hustlers, Sheiks, all these girly magazines and the 7-Elevens and Stop and Goes and Circle K's growing up and seeing those beautiful women on the cover. Well, I've had those. I achieved that. I accomplished that. I've lived in a penthouse with 2 smoking hot women. I've had a 4-bedroom house, fully paid off. 2 BMWs in the driveway, fully paid off. Mercedes Roadster in the garage, fully paid off. Shoebox full of cash under the bed. I've had everything, folks. I've lost everything. I've lived the pinnacle of a human being's life. So I give you all my vast experiences with all of the stuff that I've done that's just insane and whole when you look at the broader picture, that I'm able to express to you through my own experiences. And because you're only going to get the truth out of me, that's what you're getting. You're not going to get any gray areas. You're not going to get any untruths. So for those of you who do trust me, thank you for that. I strive to have a sterling reputation, period. End of story. I had to do it in prison. I carried it out with me. One of these days, I'm going to have my boy on here who I was locked up with, who did 25 years flat. He was incarcerated for 25 years. Got out. He's a private paralegal for criminal defense attorneys. He works on death penalty cases. He actually writes the briefs for some death penalty cases. Yes. And he's done the work. He does the work for the attorneys. They just sign their name to it. He's the real winner. I'd love to have him on, but he's very, very, very low key, under the radar. He's definitely not looking for fame, fortune, all that bullshit. I'd love to have him on. Just Multi-Troy 63. Jeff will be on tonight, 7 p.m. Central. I don't know how long we're going to go. He will be on by cell phone. He is having issues with his laptop and computer. The L Don, how you doing? Yeah, people want to operate in the private, but they have no idea what the private is. There you go, Chet. You just put it in a nutshell. Thank you for that. Hello, Ms. Gonzalez. Yeah, pay attention. We all in DC. Kevin, how you do? The book arrived. Good. I'm glad you finally got it. All you have ordered. Yeah, let's see. Right to be happy. Look at Bonnie Thomas Strait. Well, it's actually, I don't even, she is not legally married to David Strait. You know how I know? Because she is booked. She's booked as Bonnie Thomas in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. So when you go through that process, what's your full legal name? If it was Bonnie Thomas Strait, that's what she would have. But yet she's Bonnie Allen Thomas in TDCJ, which tells me she's not really married to David. They may have a common law marriage, but that's it. Savannah, how you doing? Oops. Soldier of Right, how you doing? My shirt. For those of you who don't know, James C. Lovett, aka Bad Wolf, not to be confused with Lone Wolf, legal moron, Patrick Marino. James C. Lovett, who's my brother from another mother. We have what we call a sexy shirt contest. So like he'll do a video and have a sexy shirt, and I got to come out sexy shirt him on my video. And then we had this little friendly competition going on. So that's how the whole sexy shirt thing came along. But I like nice shirts. And actually, my friend who I posted earlier, she gifted me a shirt that was a one-off. I never saw a shirt identical to it. I saw one of the same style, make, manufacturer, only one, and it was in a music video. And then another shirt I had that I had never seen before was Brad Pitt was wearing it in one of his movies. Okay. Michael S. Update on Phil G. This is about to tell you about Phil G. You know, I don't really have an update on him. He's in current litigation with Nick Alvear, so a lot of things are going to be kept on the down low. But you know, I have no idea how that guy's still free. I have no idea why people still follow him. In fact, since you brought him up, let me go over here and show you guys something real quick. And God bless these people, man. All right, this website right here. This is Patriots Rising. And I believe this channel is owned by the Patriot Princess and what's the other guy? Be up here in a minute. These folks. This guy. That's Patriot Princess. I guess Jeremy. These people follow Phil G word for word. They go break down his shit and then go get on the Q posts and vet them there. It is fucking ridiculous. And as long as you still have these people, you can see all the drops, and there'll be some Phil G shit up here somewhere. And they use the gematria to try to connect these dots. I mean, where do these people, how do they have this time to do this stuff? It's crazy. It just amazes me that they would be so gullible and be able to be duped by Phil G, even though that they have all this information out there. Let's see. Well, of course, now I'm looking for it. I can't find it, but here you go. 10 days from day, 10 days of darkness. These things are cyclical. They come around every so many months, and it just gets reparroted and put back out there. That's why when I hear it, I'm like, yeah, man, I've heard this stuff so many times. But these people right here, they are duped. I don't believe a freaking word on this page, even though I would go vet it somewhere else and find out that it's true, simply because they're so gullible, wrapped up into Phil Godlewski. Yeah, I've got to go way up here to get the Phil. They've been covering all this latest stuff. But they do posts like that. There you go. They hang on everything he posts, everything he says, what his hat says. Hey, here's some more Phil G bullshit right here. How much money a month do you think Phil G has admitted to making a month? Anybody want to throw that up there? Oh, I stomped Phil G. He ain't shit. He's a little guy. I do not pay federal taxes. That's your question. I opted out. And then again, I do not have any reported income that ever exceeds the poverty level. Let's see. She's outside chilling. She's going to sit over here and bug me until I play with her. I've already been on for 3 hours. My facial expressions, yeah, I mean, I've just seen this over and over and over and over. Gianna, I'm pretty sure you're speaking of Gianna Maselli. As far as I know, she's still cranking. I haven't spoken to her about 5 weeks, I guess. She gave me a call, and we had some discussions about David, Lester Strait, and Bonnie Strait, and some other topics. But yeah, I believe she's still cruising. She knows she has an open invitation to come on my show. She just got on YouTube right before she called me, probably 6 weeks ago. And she does some videos. They don't get very many viewers because most people don't know who she is over here on YouTube. So I said, hey, you want to come on my show, promote yourself, blah, 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 blah. She says, nope, I'm good. All right. Standing offer. More than welcome to come on. Yeah, I adore Gianna. She's a go-getter. highly motivated, very accomplished, best-selling author, and lives in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Yes, Jeff did mention staying inside for a few days. And that was, I think he said Saturday was supposed to be the trigger day. And of course, Saturday came and went. Nothing happened. I even posted in my Telegram. Nothing happened, folks. Just like I told y'all it wouldn't. So, blue sky, Gene Keating. Gene has faded from the scene. He's an older shit. He's probably in his late 70s, 80s now. Kind of the godfather of the movement. Very knowledgeable, well-respected gentleman. I don't know what's going on with him. WC, can I tell you about the 50 off sale? Absolutely. I ran several package deals. Package 5, which is the softcover book, ebook, Trust Class 101, 201, 301, 401, 501, VCR class, and the PMA class, all available from And the Floor. That was originally $999. It is discounted to $499, 50% off for 24 hours only, actually 26 hours, if I'm going to be honest. So midnight tonight, everything expires. Package 4, originally $789, is now $369. That is everything I just mentioned, the ebook, Trust Class 101, 201, 301, 401, 501, VCR, and PMA. $369. Package 3, I believe, is originally $599. Now it is $299. I believe that's the ebook, 101 class and 201 class. 201 class is about deeds. 101 class is a revocable living trust class. Deeds, of course, deeds of transfer, warranty deeds, everything about deeds, all kind of deeds. Then they're, I can go look at them. I'm over here trying to look at a piece of paper to show you guys. Store. All right, here's the store, and I do take credit and debit cards now. So just look for the Halloween special, 5% off. This is a package just for Halloween that I created. And this contains the ebook and softcover book combo, as well as the Trust 101 class and 201 class, all about deeds. So basically what this class is going to do is set you up with your revocable living trust. Okay. But you're also going to have everything that you need to operate the 7 trusts right here: irrevocable, foreign, express, charitable remainder, college education trust, and land trust. Okay. So you're going to get everything you need right here, but you can also come take this class. This is a series of trust classes that we presented, Ann and myself. So I think there's 5 different class sessions. So there's multiple videos. All of them are part 1, part 2. They were a 2-day class, generally 2 hours per class. I'm sorry, 2 hours per day, 4 hours per class. Well, I think we got that down to about 3 hours towards the end. I would recommend everybody looking at the middle video, 2, 3, and 4, because by the time she got to the 5th, she was really burnt out on doing these. 201, all about deeds, trust sales agreement, trust bill of sale, trust assignment deeds, and much, much more. All that is also available in the book. The classes just break down everything for you. There's Q&As in there as well, question and answers. So you can go through that. So let's go look at the next one. Basically, what I did is just went into the original store item. And that's not supposed to be there. And just replace the cover with the Halloween special. So that's what you're looking for, is that 50% off Halloween special image, which is right there. So this is the next one. This is package 4. This is the ebook 101 to 501 PMA and VCR class, as I stated. This is $369. See if I can go back. Package 3 is the ebook, the 101, 201, and 401, which is the irrevocable living trust class. So everything you need to build your irrevocable trust be in here as well. This class is $299. And I believe that's it. So I have package 3, package 4, I believe package 5. Oh, where's package 5? Might be the next one. Whoops, I'm going to have to go set package 5. For some reason, package 5 didn't pop up. So I'll go fix that right after I do the video. So that's the 50% off sale. Not everything is 50% off, but if there's something that you see in there that you want, let me know. Hang on. Right. Check this out, everybody. See what I got in my hand? And LaFleur's On Trust book. All ready to mail. Are y'all ready for this? Got a contest for you. Because guess what? I'm giving away a free book. I know I posted in Telegram. It's a holiday. I may go crazy. I got a book. I'm giving it away. Here's the contest. The first person who goes to my Telegram room, The Fearless Floyd Show on Telegram, The Fearless Floyd Show. I'll give you time to go over there and register. If you're not already registered. Okay, I'm looking for the 7th person. No, I'll do it the first person. The first person who can name the former Major League Baseball players' baseball, their base hit that Houston Astros ball boy, Scotty Tarvin, caught. What was that player's name who hit the ball? Can you tell me? Because whoever answers that question correctly over in my Telegram, the first person could name the player that hit the ball that Astros ball boy, Scotty Tarvin, caught on national television. You can get a free book. I'm going to send it to you. So go over to my Telegram and tell me who that player is. And I'll send you a book. I'll direct message you and get all your information, and it will go out tomorrow, not today. So there's your little contest. Hey, Deborah Dyer. Always good to have you here. And I am still scrolling. I did not see Yellen's statement. Hey, Tim Ryan. Oh, Scotty definitely comes out in the ring. That believe me. Once you get that guy fucking pissed off, he just goes into a blackout rage. Doesn't remember shit. That guy's an idiot. Hello, Jerry. Welcome to the show. Yeah, bar courts. Petty Sock, Sheila. I don't know what Sheila you're discussing with. Let's see. Vivian, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Tommy, how you doing? Yeah. Soldier of Right. Yep. Oh, I've got stories after story after story. It's insane, the stories I have. And what's even more crazier than that is there's other people who have my stories that I don't remember that are insane. And when they tell them to me, I'm like, are you sure you're talking about me? I don't remember any of that. Yeah. Phil G has been traveling all over Europe, buying more property. I don't blame him. Yeah. Y'all don't understand how the Phil G deal works, okay? And I'm going to warn you all about Goldco. Investing in Goldco, precious metals. They're going to charge you triple spot. Credit your account 1/3 of whatever you pay in. The other 2/3, 1/3 goes to Phil G. The other third goes to Goldco. The other third goes to your account. So if you don't mind paying triple and funding Phil G's lifestyle where you can travel all over Europe and buy multi-million-dollar properties all over the world, y'all go ahead. Y'all want to believe somebody who claims to be an intel agent that's spreading true info, classified top secret intelligence from the United States government. Well, look at Julian Assange, Edward Snowden, Chelsea Manning. I can go on and on and on about people leaking intel, what that happens, what that looks like. Stain Your Concrete. Hey, brother, how you doing? Yeah, hit me up. Let me know your chiropractor. I actually have I have a bunch of good chiropractors. I have more than one. Because of my health insurance, I get 26 chiropractic visits per year, which is one every 2 weeks. So I have that one. I have my boy Bill, who's my one shot guy. I go out there and get adjusted one shot and I'm good. Yeah, there's a lot of things I want to work with. That's just one, Steph. That's just one. I've got countless lawsuits out there. Hey, Maria. Oh, yeah. Mommy didn't commit. Thomas Foolery. How you doing? Welcome here. Clista. Yes. He does. Hey, Tim, you got the answer correct over here in the comments, but it has to be in Telegram. So I haven't even gone to look at Telegram. I'll go over there and see who got it right. I did mention it in a prior episode. Just want to see how many people are listening. Sherry Ray is, yeah. Oh, thanks for the book. Came fast. Yeah, I try to get them out, same day. They go out media mail 2 to 8 days to get to you, even though the website says 2 to 6 weeks. I have to do that just in case something happens and there's no inventory, and 2 weeks later you're jamming me up. There were some people who did order like the ebook, or they purchased a package and they got all the Telegram classes. Whenever y'all purchase something, I get a notification from whatever servicer you use, PayPal, Square, whatever. I also get a notice from the website that a purchase has been made, telling me all your information that you input during your purchase in the cart. And I take that information and I immediately send you a howdy from Texas letter acknowledging your purchase and my gratitude for you doing it, for myself and Ann. And any links that you may need to the Telegram rooms will be attached that below. If you order the ebook would be attached as well. So some people that I have that made purchases, I sent them an email immediately, and then they'll contact me 3 or 4 weeks later and go, hey, we made this purchase, but we never received our products. And then I'll have to go back and look through everything and go, oh, well, there it is. And then I have to go book and look at my sent archives, the emails, pull it up, and I go, oh, well, I sent it to them. How come they don't have it? Check your spam folder. That's where they're at. Okay. So when I send you stuff, because it has all those attachments to it, it's in your spam folder. So go look over there. If you make a purchase and you don't hear anything from me in 48 hours, 72 hours, and you know that I'm paying attention, then something has happened. Hit me up and we'll get you fixed up as well. Now, Sherry Ray, excuse me. The reason I have this posted up here is because there are a lot of people adopting the Goldco platform. I saw Mike Lindell also promoting it. It is my belief that Goldco has made enough money now to where they're able to get some bigger players. So listen, if y'all want to buy precious metals, go to your local dealer. Go turn your credit card, debit card, check, whatever means of currency transactions that you want to use, whether it's dollars. Get physical metals in your hand. Don't get a certificate of silver or a certificate of gold. Do not have them put it in their vault in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. If it's not in your hand, you do not own it. You gave it away. You entrusted somebody else with one of your most important investments, because precious metals is not instant gratification type of an investment. It's a long-term investment. If you bought silver a year ago at 18 to 20 bucks, now it's in the mid 30s. You've made a nice little profit. If you had to sell off all your precious metals to survive, you missed a good profitability window. However, it's going to continue to go upwards. Not everybody can afford to go out and buy a 10 troy ounce silver bar, or even an ounce of gold, because an ounce of gold's now in the mid 3000s. My friend turned me on to a dealer here locally in Houston who charges $1 above spot. So I'm going to go pick me up what I can and stow it away as a long-term investment. I'm not going to, utilize that or even look at it like, oh, I'm going to, go cash that out 6 months from now. No, that's long-term investment. Put it there. That's your nest egg for, future profitability. Hopefully things will turn around and silver will excel to its proportionate ratio that it should be with gold, but is suppressed. And there you go. Hey, Sock, you got a guy in River Oaks. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. There you go. So I tell everybody. So there you go. I think I've wasted enough of your time today, 3.5 hours. I had no idea I was going to go this long. So it is what it is. I think I've addressed everything. I'll be back in 3.5 hours with Jeff Rom for a Halloween special. No idea what I'm going to talk about. Hopefully Jeff's going to bring some tricks or treats to the table for you guys. If anybody else wants to come on the show tonight, send me a request. I may or may not send you a link. It just depends. Bonds for the win. Absolutely. There you go. Again, Halloween 24-hour flash sale began 10 p.m. last night. It's a 26-hour sale. I can't get anything right, can I? So if you want 50% off on Ann LaFleur's physical book, ebook, classes that she's done, or if you go to my store and there's a specific item or items that you want, and I'm not running a special for them, hit me up, send me a direct message, call me, text me, hit me up on Telegram, and I'll see what I can do about providing you with what you want at a substantial discounted rate. I didn't want to go through my whole platform and, do all of them. I just wanted to do some big packages. But if there's something a la carte that you want, you need, and you're not in financial economy to purchase it at this time because you just don't have enough money, or you're looking for a layaway plan, hit me up. Believe it or not, folks, there are some of you out there that I have given stuff to for free. There's other folks that, hey, I've done the honor system. You need the book? You want it now? Here, I'll send it to you. When you get the money, send it to me. And it's not like I'm pestering for the money, even worried about the money. I'm not. It's, I work on the honor system. If you send it, you send it. If you don't, hey, you needed it more than I did, apparently. That's just how I roll. Because if I give it away, I gave it away. That's how I look at it. Somebody comes over and knocks on my door. Hey, man, can I borrow your shovel? All right, I don't expect it back. You can borrow it. So right then, as soon as I let go of that, I gave it away. That's how I look at everything. I don't expect anybody to return anything. I don't expect anybody to give me the due respect that I deserve or need, that they're going to go use my item and then return it to me in the same condition or better condition than what I gave it to them. That's why I tell you, folks, people are very disappointing because I hold myself to a higher standard than most people do. I strive to be the best I can. I expect everybody else to strive to be the best they can. That's why people are disappointing. That's why I don't have a whole lot of friends. I don't like to go out and socialize with people. Because then when I start talking to them and find out how stupid they are, like, why am I even talking to this person? What a waste of time. They have nothing for me, nothing to benefit me. Move on. And it's difficult to find people like that. And when you do find people like that, it's great, especially when they have more knowledge outside your own knowledge base. That's why I like talking to Jeff. He's an aerospace engineer. The dude built airplanes. I mean, can you imagine designing and building an airplane and then going and get in it and then fly? Because if there ain't no parachute, guess what goes up must come down. And you definitely don't want to come down unless you're doing it under control. If you're not, going down is going to be a fucking blast until you hit that sudden stop. That's going to be a little detrimental to your enjoyment. Right? So that's who Jeff is. So when I get to pick his brain and he starts talking about these subjects that I'm not very well vested in, it's an honor to be able to talk to somebody like that. That's how I look at it. You know, I have a very high intellectual curiosity, but I want to know as much as I can about everything. So when I do have a conversation with somebody, I can hold my own. If not, beat them at their own game. Most of you don't know, I'm a very skilled person. I have tons of skills you don't know about. How many people you know that have a sewing machine sitting right there? Because they're a tailor. How many men do you know that have a bag of buttons so they can go pick one out and sew it on their clothes when they need repair? Cut meat, butcher. I can go on and on and on and on. It pays to be very well-rounded. I always tell my friend, I'm going to make somebody a great wife. I can pretty much do anything and everything. So, yeah. Thank you. And I'll cut it right then and there. I've got 100 viewers here still with me. We're at 3.5 hours. I will be back tonight with Jeff Rom, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you guys been waiting on the deals, the discount, the specials, it's here today. 24-hour flash sale, thefearlessfloydshow.com/store. Go stock up on what you need. You see a package and you see something else that you want to add it to that package. It's not part of the package. Hit me up. I'll work it out with you. We'll get you what you need so you can be a happy camper. That's all I'm looking for. I'll see you guys in about 3.5 hours. Everybody stay safe. Look forward to seeing you tonight. And you have free will. So if you want, like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell, leave a comment below. Leave a comment over here. You can always hit me up, fearlessfloydshow@yahoo.com is my email. Mainly, I hang out over on Telegram. Come find me over there. I will take a yonder over there and find out who my lucky winner is that's going to receive Ann LaFleur's On Trust book. Because they said Larry Boa, a former shortstop for the Philadelphia Phillies. And come stay tuned tonight, because guess what? This isn't the only book I'm going to be giving away today on Halloween. More tonight. I'm going to be giving away some package deals. So y'all come one, come all. Invite your friends, your family, your frenemies, your enemies. Invite Mark Z to come on the show and participate in the contest and win some stupid prizes from a stupid guy. Love y'all. Good night.